When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty, to throw off such government and to provide new gods for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. He has refused his assent to laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance, unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained. And when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish their right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only. He has called together a legislative body that places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time, after such dissolutions, to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative power, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise, the state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states, for that purpose obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriations of land. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amounts and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us, in times of peace, standing armies without the consent of our legislatures. He has affected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies, for taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our government, for suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burned our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the work of death, desolation, and tyranny already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy, scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages, and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens, taken captive on the high seas, to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections among us, and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers the merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an indistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be the ruler of a free people. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our emigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and of consanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in the necessity which denounces our separation, and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, in peace friends. We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of a right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Love that. I absolutely love that. And of course, today, it means even more today because today's a very special day. A lot of people get confused when we're out here celebrating the 4th of July or Veterans Day or Memorial's Day. They just think it's a Monday to take off. And I don't look at it that way. As a person that loves America, loves this country, I understand the sacrifices that people before us made. And, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. So before we get into the news today, I want to take a moment to say Happy Memorial Day and honor all the fallen soldiers that have fallen and have literally fought and died for our freedoms. Today, we honor and remember all the brave Americans who gave their lives defending our freedom. We wouldn't be able to do any of this, talk about Bitcoin freedom or anything else without their sacrifice. We remember and we're grateful. We'll always remember. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to name off all the wars that the American people have died in and how many people died. So we're going to start off with the American Revolution from 1775 to 1783. That started off obviously with the Declaration of Independence a year into it. It's an 8-year war. About 25,000 Americans lost their lives. But that's what started our country. And then a few decades later, the War of 1812, that was 3 years from 1812 to 1815, about 15,000 Americans lost their lives. The Mexican-American War, about 30 years later, was 1846 to 1848. About 13,000 Americans lost their lives. And then about 13 years later, the most famous one besides the American Revolution was obviously the Civil War of 1961 and 1965. This is one of the reasons I fight against the Democrats so much, because probably nowhere in our history were we more divided than between those 4 years. We literally divided the country from south to north, or north to south. And a lot of people died. A lot of Americans died, not just for fighting slavery, but a lot of things. How this country was going to be run. Roughly 655,000 Americans lost their lives during the Civil War. And then obviously we know about the two world wars, 1917, 1918, World War I. About 116,500 Americans lost their lives in that 1 year. And then World War II, 1941 and 1945, we lost about 405,000 Americans. That's the second highest we've ever lost. And then the Korean War from 1950 to 1953, about 36,500 Americans lost their lives defending and fighting for our freedom. The Vietnam War, this is right before I was born and ended. 1965, the Korean War was from 1950 to 1953. The Vietnam War was 12 years later, from 1965 to 1973, another 8-year war. About 58,000 Americans lost their lives. Now, these are wars that I've been alive for personally. I'm not proud to say that, but the Gulf War, from 1990 to 1991, about 300 Americans lost their lives, 300 too many. And then the war in Afghanistan, the 20-year war, I call it, from 2001, when our Twin Towers and the Pentagon and the plane up there in Pennsylvania crashed, and we'd lost 3,000 Americans just with that. But then these soldiers fighting for that that nonsense, man. 2,400 Americans lost their lives. Over 5,500 people lost their lives in total. And for what? For what? You know, that war, I don't think we're fighting for our freedom. And obviously the Iraq War, 2003 to 2011, about 4,500 Americans lost their lives. Again, what was that for? And now, right now, in 2026, the Iran War, about 13 to 15 Americans lost their lives. And hopefully it'll be no more. And if you understand what this country stood for and stands for, again, and you know the history, you won't just be barbecuing today. You'll be celebrating their lives. And today, again, I celebrate their lives. I thank them so much for giving me opportunity to sit here and talk to you guys and defend our freedom, and also giving us the fortitude and the ability to go after and the pursuit of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. And we're going to get into the news today. And again, happy Memorial Day. And we love each and every one of our fallen soldiers. And thank you so much for your ultimate sacrifice. What's up, guys? It is Monday, May 25th, 2026. As you can see here, we're at the Bitcoin block height of 950,381. Tick-tock, next block. We're not going to be here long. We're just going to see what's going on with the news today. I get a little sad on days like this, man. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, but it is what it is. You know, I wish that many people didn't die, but again, it is what it is. We got 3 people over at Rumble, and we got 3 people on YouTube. If you guys don't mind, guys, I want to share this with the normies. This is just not a Bitcoin show. This is a breaking news show. We're going to talk about the Iran war, what's going on over there, and we're going to get the latest and greatest updates. So let's go here to the live feed a few hours ago about the Iran war update and we're nearing a peace deal, they say. So let's see what's happening. Well, first, let me say what's up to everybody. What's up? What's goody? What's up, Kevin? How are you, sir? Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Ginger, good afternoon, Jerry and friends. What's up, my boy? Ginger, how are you, man? Happy Memorial Day, everyone. That's right, brother. Thank you for your service, sir. No, hey, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you saying that, bro. Don't forget to like, subscribe, everyone. Jay Remmer, what's good, man? My man. Lauren Stern says, hello, everyone. Lauren, I see you sent me a message. I got to check that. Good to see you, man. Happy Memorial Day, man. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Praetorian, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Let's get into the news. Let's see what's up.
Welcome into Live Now from Fox. My name is Bowen Kadrovich, and thank you for being with me here on this Memorial Day as we remember those who lost their lives serving this country so we can enjoy the freedoms here in America every day. And I will be with you here for the next couple of hours as we track the top stories across the country as well as across the world. And thank you to Adam Lorenz for doing the same here just a few hours ago. Now, there's a lot to get to today. We have Secretary of State Marco Rubio. He is over in India speaking with leaders there in India when it comes to a lot with trade discussions, as well as there were some issues or tensions, rather, when it came to tariffs between the United States and India. We also have Pope Leo giving his encyclical today as well. So a lot going on early on this morning. But what we want to start out with first here is the latest with the developments that we are getting with that conflict over in the Middle East between the United States and Iran. We do want to bring this X post up here, courtesy of Fox News. This says President Trump says critics are attacking an Iran deal that, quote, isn't even fully negotiated yet. In a lengthy statement, Trump defended ongoing talks while sharply criticizing the Obama administration's nuclear agreement with Tehran, claiming it handed Iran, quote, massive amounts of cash and enabled its nuclear ambitions. If I make a deal with Iran, it will be a good and proper one, Trump wrote before insisting, I don't make bad deals. The statement comes as the White House continues negotiations amid mounting pressure over Iran's nuclear program. So there's a lot to get to in terms of news and developments when it comes to Iran and the United States. So what we want to do now is bring in Dr. Asaf Ramarowski, the Executive Director for Scholars for Peace in the Middle East, back onto the program. Dr. Asaf, thanks as always for coming on here. Now, the framework agreement with Iran is 95% there, officials said, through negotiators. We're haggling over language detailing Tehran's nuclear stockpile and the Strait of Hormuz. Now, the Iranian president claimed that Iran is not seeking nuclear weapons, but can they be trusted with a nuclear stockpile?
Good morning, as always. Well, first of all, the short answer is no. I mean, Iran has a long pattern of behavior, of lying, of delaying, and if Iran has the capability, Iran will use it. The highly enriched uranium that we're talking about equivalent to about 445 or so kilograms. It's about 1,000 plus pounds. The estimations, even according to the United Nations, according to the IAEA, that much of this is being still hidden underground under Ifshah's, and some of the other facilities, Ifshahan, sorry, some other facilities that were bombed back in June. And so there is still, a significant amount of uranium there. And that highly enriched uranium is basically 60% weapons grade, which brings us to 90% of what they can do vis-a-vis the bomb. It's really a technical step, for moving ahead to an actual bomb itself. The United States should not be willing to live with that. And for that matter, neither are our allies. I mean, the Israelis have been 100% clear about this, according to Netanyahu's statement, that they will not live with an Iran that has the capability of highly enriched uranium. And so that's there. And for that matter, the Gulf as well. So I think that Iran has used these 6 weeks to basically delay and delay and delay. This is what they do. And in the interim, they have been rearming, regrouping. I mean, we know that some of the potential armaments that are coming in from Russia. Some of the surveillance is coming in from China. You and I have discussed this over the past few weeks. And so I have no doubt that they are planning. And so they're playing games and trying to stall. To the end, and to the comment that you posted, the modality and the pattern of behavior for the Iranians is the Obama deal. I mean, the JCPOA, from their perspective, was a phenomenal success story. The idea of that we want, obviously, Iran has been crippled economically vis-a-vis the Straits of Hormuz. The main two sticking points to your earlier point is, of course, the Straits and the highly enriched uranium. If those two elements, of the deal are not on the table, then there is no deal. I mean, it was a little bit. I mean, I think that the concern that some of us watching all of this had yesterday was that there were rumors that there was going to be a deal signed yesterday, or there was an immediacy to have a deal. Then the president backed off, saying, there was no rush. And basically giving the impression, at least on the face of it, that there's still that they're not going to rush into a bad deal, which is what led to the posting that you put up before. I hope that that's the case. I think that we should not be rushing into a deal, and a bad deal with Iran, as we've known, can lead to further bad things. And so, from my perspective, we need to squeeze the Iranians as far as possible, and if need be, resume military operations.
And you just said there are moments.
Yeah, and a lot of the politicians out here are fighting against Trump, including Republicans. They don't want this war to end. You know what I mean? But we do. Let's switch over to Newsmax. Let's see Trump doing a wreath ceremony real quick with Vice President Vance and Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. Let's take a look at this.
And while the president observes the Hormuz crossfire.
What's up, Jason? SMH, bro. SMH, Jason. You ain't lying, bro.
Moment of silence. Please be seated.
Man. Man, oh man. Today's definitely a somber day. Came over from Rumble too. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Gets me every time Taps does. Gets me every time Taps does. Yes. Same here, sir. Same here. I don't know. I think this might be America's most important holiday, man. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't for what they did for us, none of us be doing this, man. You know what I mean? We just wouldn't have this country, we wouldn't have anything. You know what I mean? But again, like Jason said, we're celebrating Gay Pride Month for the whole month. It's just ridiculous, man. Let's see what else is going on in the news today. Gas prices. Do I have that up here? Gas prices are still over $4.50. I want to take a look at the midterm map, 2026 House election interactive map here. And I just pulled this up today, so I got to learn how it works. The biennial every 2 years election for representatives from all 435 congressional districts will take place on November 3rd, 2026. Winners will be sworn in to serve in the 120th Congress in early January 2027. The Republican Party controls a House where 218 seats are needed for a majority when there are no vacancies. This three-part map lets you view the current composition of the U.S. House and make a forecast for the 2026 elections. Use the buttons below the map to share your prediction on social media or embed it to a web page. So I'm definitely going to check this out. There's different districts here. Nevada 4 district. 2. Yeah, you got to zoom in on these things. And we're gonna go through this soon. I'm gonna learn that. I'm learning that map. But hope everybody's doing well, man. You know what I mean? Let's not talk about gas. I just filled my car up. Oh my goodness. Jenny from the future is here. She sent in a Jenny Zap, Jenny 2036. She sent in a zap of 7 sats. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that very much, man. Appreciate that. Let me see. But yeah, we're just chilling. It's a Memorial Day. I'm gonna head down to Las Vegas here. It is nice. Also Jenny from 2026 is here as well. She sends in 1, 2, 3, 4 sats. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. My donations are far few in between lately, so I appreciate that. Not you, Jenny. You always do it. I appreciate it. And I don't take that for granted. I really don't. But yeah, the midterms definitely are going to matter, guys, for the future of this country, not just for the country, but for Bitcoin. You know what I mean? If we want these Bitcoin executive orders to go up the chain of command and get signed, passed through the House, the Senate, and then signed on the president's desk and put into law, it's going to be very difficult, man, moving forward to do this. I'm confused. Is it Thursday? Trent? No, it's not, Trent. Trent, how are you, sir? No, it's Monday, sir. It is Monday. That's my man Trent, the Bitcoin technician. We had a heck of a show yesterday. Trent had a little rant yesterday too. Well, if you get two adorable little girls to help host and start wearing pants and eating blueberries, hey, I'm just saying. I changed my time too, so it's all good. It's all good. I'm trying to get some normies in here, guys. You know what I mean? To cover the news. So let's see what's going on with the news anyway. Anything new going on here? Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Live from news. Let's see. It's just all about
to see. Well, I went to see the Tomb of the Unknown as well as others, Phil and Burton and that. But to see the Boy Scouts put flags at every tombstone. Thank you to you and the staff for that. It's just remarkable.
Oh, that's very kind, Lauren. That's very nice. Lauren said, talk to the families of my fallen today. I call them every Memorial Day and day of their soldiers passing. Hard, but do it every year. Man, that's very nice you do that, Lauren. Lauren's a good guy, man. Lauren, that is great, brother. That's great, sir. I know they appreciate you doing that, sir. Yes, absolutely, Jenny. I like this time. I can't watch between 4 and 8 p.m. LOL. Okay. Appreciate that, man. We're going to do some Bitcoin stuff, too. Let's take a look at my man, Bitcoin News Alerts. He reads a lot of tweets, though. But let's see what he has to say. Wow. Michael Saylor says Bitcoin is still cheap at $8 million. That tells you everything about how strategic buyers frame this asset. Bitcoin doesn't need a universal adoption, just enough powerful buyers moving faster than available. Let's see this.
Bitcoin doesn't warn people before it reprices. It just runs out of available supply. And by the time most people realize what changed, the easy coins already gone.
Linty Omelet, how are you, sir? He says, respect. Salute to you. Good to see you, man. I've never seen you in here. Respect to you too, man. I appreciate you saying that. How are you?
What's happening right now should make that very clear. Let me show you. $100 trillion. That's where Michael Saylor says Bitcoin is headed. And when Saudi State TV asked how much Bitcoin their $930 billion sovereign wealth fund should own, Saylor's answer, all of it. Let that sink in. Not 1% or 5%, all of it. Because while most people still think Bitcoin adoption looks like retail buyers grabbing fractions of a coin, America just proposed buying 1 million Bitcoin.
Rye Bread, what's good, man? Long time no see, man. How are you, brother? Good to see you, Rye Bread.
200,000 per year over the course of 5 years and hodling for 20 years. And Coinbase CEO says all major nations will eventually pass Bitcoin clarity one by one. He says eventually 1 billion people will buy in. Now ask yourself, what happens when sovereign wealth funds, governments, banks, institutions, and 1 billion people all realize the same thing? There isn't enough. That's when the final supply grab begins. And if you think that sounds extreme, let's do some math. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. Not all of them trade. Millions already gone forever, lost, dormant, unavailable. Then we subtract what's already locked up. ETFs, corporate treasuries, strategy, long-term holders who are not selling. Now imagine sovereign buyers joining that same.
Mimi, how are you? Sorry, Mimi. Hey, Jerry loves freedom. I didn't receive an alert on my phone. Sorry for the late arrival. No, you're good, Mimi. Sorry, I was supposed to send this out to the group, and I didn't send it. Mimi, good to see you. Are you in? Where are you at? You're always somewhere. Where you at?
battlefield, not speculators, not tourists, strategic hodlers, because governments don't think in quarters, they're thinking in decades. And once Bitcoin becomes a reserve conversation, the framework shifts. This stops being about price targets. It becomes asset acquisition. That's why Saylor's Saudi answer matters, because all of it sounds ridiculous until you realize the people thinking strategically are not asking, is Bitcoin volatile? Who cares? Saylor says he'll keep buying even at $8 million per Bitcoin. Think about that, because that tells you how strategic buyers frame this asset, not as too expensive, as too important to miss. They're asking, how much of the hardest asset can we realistically secure before our competitors do? And Coinbase's CEO saying all major nations will eventually pass Bitcoin clarity, that matters too, because regulation isn't the story. What regulation enables is.
Yeah, he's been making videos lately, Jay Rimmer. Where this guy been? Last time I saw him was at least a year ago. Yeah, he used to do a lot of shit coinery, but now he's talking more about Bitcoin. It always happens like that. Mimi says, no problem. Good to see you too and everybody here. That's right, Mimi. That was funny, Mimi.
The story. Access, institutional participation, treasury participation, bank participation, scale. And once friction drops, the buying accelerates, because most people assume adoption is slow, linear, predictable. But strategic transitions don't happen that way. They happen quietly, then suddenly. A few major buyers move, others notice, then comes imitation, then panic, and then all gone, because scarcity doesn't need universal adoption. It only needs enough powerful buyers moving faster than available supply. And here's where people still underestimate the speed. Bitcoin doesn't need every government buying, just a few. It doesn't need a billion people buying whole coins. Besides, they can't. That's why most never will. But that's the point, because scarcity doesn't break when everyone arrives. It breaks when enough capital arrives chasing too little supply. A sovereign wealth fund doesn't think like retail. A bank.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. What did he say there? Because scarcity doesn't break when everyone arrives. It breaks when enough capital arrives, chasing too little supply. In other words, don't let the big boys, don't let the big money take your Bitcoin, take your Satoshis. Get your dollars in there, right? Exchange your dollars for Satoshis, as many as you can. Get as many as you can while you can, right? This is we're going into the summer months. And, Bitcoin doesn't do anything in the summer. Nobody cares. Everybody's partying and at the beach and stuff. This is the time to accumulate. I am going to up my buys this summer. Once the summer's over with, and then the spring comes in, and then the fall comes in, and the winter, let's just say the price is not going to be this cheap, in my personal opinion.
Chasing too little supply. A sovereign wealth fund doesn't think like retail. A bank allocation doesn't think like retail. A strategic reserve don't think like retail. They don't ask, is this a good entry? They ask, how much can we secure before someone else does? And once that psychology spreads, price stops behaving like a normal market, because normal markets assume willing sellers. Bitcoin's problem, the strongest hands don't want to sell. They want more. That's why ETF inflows matter. That's why strategy matters. Saylor alone now controls 843,738 Bitcoin.
Wow. 843,748 Bitcoin. That is absolutely insane. One company, Strategy, owns 843,738 Bitcoin. They own over almost 4% of the supply now, which is insanity when you think about it.
That's why sovereign reserve discussions matter, because every serious buyer shrinks the liquid float. And shrinking float with expanding demand is how vertical repricing happens, not slowly, suddenly. And if Coinbase is right about 1 billion eventual buyers, most current price anchors are laughably broken, because this isn't a niche asset anymore. This is global monetary competition. That's why Kathy Wood says sell gold for Bitcoin. That's why Russia's banking giant is recommending up to 7% allocations. That's why America is debating a strategic Bitcoin reserve. That's why Saylor says $100 trillion Bitcoin network. Because once the world realizes Bitcoin isn't competing for a speculative slice, but for global savings, the repricing doesn't happen politely. It happens violently. So the real question isn't, will Bitcoin get adopted? The real question is, how much Bitcoin is gone before the world
Jor for the score. What's going on, sir? Happy Monday, coin heads. Good to see you, man. Happy Memorial Day to you, sir. I don't know if you guys celebrate that in Canada. Oh, Canada. Good to see you, Jor. Oh, and by the way, guys, Jor is an avid golfer, really good golfer too. But I think he's been golfing lately. But do not golf with Jor, especially if you're putting your money up. You want to bet against Jor on the golf course? I wouldn't do it. Take a look.
No way. I'm not paying you. This is ridiculous. Every hole, it's the same crap.
You all right? Hey, don't. I wouldn't.
Let's just say Jor has special powers on the golf course. 51st state. So yes, we do celebrate. I wish you guys would have 51st state, man. Good to see you, Jor. You know I'd like to mess with you.
The final supply grab began.
Yeah. So there it is, guys. Bitcoin is very, very scarce. But the problem is nobody knows it. So two things. One, learn about as much as you can and buy up to your knowledge that you have. Because when I see this is what I do. All right. Let me tell you what I do. When I see people that don't buy a lot of Bitcoin, that means they don't understand it. I know people that actually know about Bitcoin that don't buy a lot. And I'm like, what do you like? They don't truly understand what it is. Because if they truly understood what it is, they'd be trying to get as many of these Satoshis as they could. But most people don't. To me, it's common sense. And speaking of common sense, the most common sense politician we have out here is Mr. Spencer Pratt. I love this guy. News: Spencer Pratt fires back at reporter after he was asked about his plan for the homeless. Says they will end up all in Seattle. Now check this out. This is not a politician. This is what you call first of all, this is ABC. Okay? The lamestream media, they are a hit piece. They hate America. They hate this country and they hate you. So let's see them try to make this man look bad. And they work for the Democrat Party. Take a look.
What are your plans for the over 40,000 homeless in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
See, what's funny is the way he frames that question. First of all, the reason why there's so many homeless in the first place because of Democrat policies. This guy's not a Democrat. So why don't you ask that to Mayor Bass and Governor Newsom, a.k.a. Governor Newsom, the American Psycho Newsom? Why don't you ask them that? Which is crazy.
What are your plans for the over 40,000 homeless in Los Angeles?
Yeah, they're not homeless. They're drug addicts. Most of these people are addicted to fentanyl and meth.
Ding, 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 ding. These people are not homeless. They have a drug addict problem. They're drug addicts. They have a drug problem, and they're mentally ill. And a lot of this mental illness is coming from the drugs. It's coming from the super meth. That's where it's coming from, the super meth. Ask me how I know that. Go down to downtown Las Vegas and see all these people. There's zombies walking around. Literally zombies on the street walking around, even on the strip. And the reason why they're quote unquote homeless and they're in these encampments is because they want to be there. That's why. A friend of mine is with his family vacation on the coast and stopped at Steak and Shake, sent me a picture of the Bitcoin meal asking, is this stuff you have been talking about? It's real. Yes. Yes. That's good, man. Yeah, man. Circular economy, Lauren. Absolutely, bro. Spend them sats. It's because of fiat policies. No one should be without a home in any state or country. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Yes, bring back mental homes. Say it again. Again, this is why we need to bring common sense back to this country, right? This is what I tell people all the time. You see my shirt? It says free thinker, freedom seeker, true seeker. A free thinker, freedom keeper, true seeker, right? Liberals are lunatics. Conservatives are common sense. And Bitcoiners are free thinkers, freedom keepers, and true seekers. But remember, common sense is the cousin of truth. And you have to have common sense in order to get the truth.
To fentanyl and meth. This isn't Spencer
Are you saying
making
they
it up.
don't have homes?
There is places for all of these people to sleep in LA. No matter what anybody tells you, we have housing and shelter for everyone that's living on the street. They're choosing to be on the street because they want to do drugs. They don't want rules. They don't want to listen. They want to have animals to abuse. This idea that they are forced on the street right now is a lie that our city is perpetuating. We've paid $24 billion to house these 40,000 people.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. The Democrat Party is incentivized to keep these people on the streets. Why? Because they get money. They get kickbacks from it. Just like they're incentivized for people to be victims and people to need food stamps. Because again, free money is like drugs, right? So we don't have a healthcare system in this country. We have a sick care system. They're not trying to cure these people. They know these people aren't homeless because they're out of a job. They're homeless because, again, the money's broken, like George said. That's true. But also, these people are mentally ill, a lot of them, and they're on drugs, and they want to be in these encampments. They don't want to get off the drugs, a lot of these people. But that's what happens. This is what they want. Where did that money go? Exactly, Lauren. What's up, fam? What's up, the gambler? The gambler, good to see you, bro.
We've paid $24 billion to house these 40,000 people. There's spots for all of these people. They are choosing because they're an addict, and you can do fentanyl and super meth on the sidewalk with no repercussions. These places are not as they have to follow some rules.
Yep, these people want to be on drugs, and if they're in these homes and not off, not in mental institutions or drug facilities, then they can't use their drugs at those places. They can do them when the city says, yeah, go ahead and use drugs. Not only can you use drugs, we're going to hand out needles and shit for you in the middle of the street, in front of churches, in front of schools, in front of parks. This is Democrat governance. This is why I say Democrats cannot win the midterms. These people cannot govern, okay? It's as simple as that. They're incentivized to not only keep people victims, keep them on the system, but keep them homeless, on drugs, and mentally ill.
You can't torture a dog in some of these houses. You can't just attack people. You can't just be naked.
Where are you going to move?
Well, I just released a 9-minute video, so you can.
I think I saw your video.
Yeah, so it's very detailed.
But it's going to take time to build the facility and money.
No.
How fast do you think you can do it?
These people can literally. I went to Washington and I saw miles of the most insane.
You see what I'm saying about the mainstream media? Well, how could you do it? It's basically saying it can't be done. It can't be fixed. What do you mean it can't be fixed? First of all, this guy didn't do it. So what are you bitching to him for? Let me see if I can find that video. Spencer Pratt. He said he released a 9-minute video. Again, man, these people, man. Spencer Pratt is killing it. Is this a better video? Let's keep playing this. These people make me sick.
Insane prefabricated housing and building. I asked all the CEOs of these companies, say, how long does this take? I met with FEMA and HUD, 3 days. 3 days. And all of this is cheaper than trying to kick senior citizens out of their buildings. Is what happens. They kick them out, and then the NGOs come in and they spend 4 years. This is LA. This is LA's timetable.
Where's this facility going to be?
It's on beautiful federal land property.
Where, in LA County?
Well, when I'm mayor, I'll go meet with the federal government and I'll get the property. Right now, I'm just running, so I can't give you the exact address because I don't have the legal responsibility to go represent Los Angeles and say, can I have this land? But when I'm mayor, I promise you, because we have the Olympics coming and everybody in the government wants LA to be the #1 most beautiful city, they will work with me to give me the land I need.
So you're going to move these 40,000 people somewhere and you're going to have this facility up in, you said, how long?
Here's what you got to realize.
90 days?
Let me explain something. These 40,000 people, 60% of them, City Watch just announced this week, are not from Los Angeles. They're not from California. These people have been bussed in by scam.
This guy is a marketing genius, man. Look at his hat. Los Angeles Pratt. Looks like the Lakers on his hat, right? He is, and let me show you what else he's doing. I'm going to show you this thing where he's cleaning the streets up. But you see how combative this freaking, this low testosterone, quote unquote, journalist, aka propagandist, is being to a man that's doing common sense. Again, he doesn't have the same energy, this propagandist, to a Democrat that's actually doing the bad policies. Again, man, we're living in a bizarre world.
Rehabs, scam NGOs, scam homeless nonprofits. These people, when I unplug them and say, we're not taking our tax money anymore, they're all going to Seattle where the mayor will welcome them. These are products to a lot of people. So the people that want to keep doing drugs and live on the sidewalk, a lot of these people are going to leave. The other ones, there's a lot of criminals. There's people that are getting naked in front of kids. They're going to jail. The people that are torturing animals, they're going to jail. So not everyone goes in the same box. So we have the money, we have the resources, and we have the facilities.
This is what you call common sense. That's common sense. That's not right wing. That's common sense. Sin, what's up, bro? Hey, yo. Sin, what's good, man? Happy Memorial Day, man. Good to see you, my boy. Sin, hello. Hola, Lauren. How are you, mi amigo? Good to see you, man. That's just common sense policies, man. Now, let's see what else he's doing. This guy is a marketing genius. Right now, brilliant. Spencer Pratt is redefining the political campaign. Power washing the streets clean and leaving a painted message. Imagine if the streets were this clean with his name on it. Genius. Genius. Imagine if the streets were this clean. So he's literally cleaning Mayor Bass's mess. And then she's saying, "Oh, you should re-elect me because I have experience." Experience in what? Tearing down the fucking country? What are you talking about, man? Now look at this. It's crazy to me how Karen Bass still has 70% betting odds of winning, even though she has turned LA into the human poop capital of America. That's the poop map that what's the name had on the stage against Gavin Newsom, Ron DeSantis. It's absolutely insane, man. These people, again, man, these people are crazy, man. Uh-oh, look at this.
Councilman Rahman has actually been packed there from the opposition. A lot of them are planted. I just discovered, and I have the evidence, that Councilman Rahman has actually been paying for most of these videos about me. I'll obviously give you the evidence, and you see we're going to file an ethics complaint. She's paying for these videos. These narratives about me. They're paid performers. They're paid influencers. So I don't actually believe the people that are voting for me believe any of these lies that are perpetuated about me. The reality is, when you run for mayor, every single one of my apps, since I announced, any app, any social media has to be demonetized. You make no money. I can't sell my business. Before this was selling crystals the way they make. I can't be holding up crystals and saying shop here.
Yeah, he has to take money from the people. You know what I mean? Just finish knocking out some yard work, brother. Hope all is good, Geraldo. God bless the fallen who paid the ultimate sacrifice on this Memorial Day. Absolutely, bro. Couldn't have said it better myself. Now, he just said about paid actors. Now, look at Jacob Fry. This was in 2020 when George Floyd was buried in a gold casket, by the way. Look at this actor, man. Look at this dude.
Joy comes in the morning. Troubles, they don't last always.
Again, man, listen to me. These Democrats make me fucking sick, okay? This man is the mayor of Minneapolis, and he's crying like he's at his mother's funeral right now. He doesn't know this dude. This drug addict, thief, home invader, counterfeiter, money with counterfeiter. He's crying like this. This is what I call the George Floydification of this country. This is what they did. And this man is an actor. He does not mean this. He's not crying for George Floyd. And just like Spencer Pratt said, these people are actors, period. Wonder how much that casket is worth in today's gold price. I know, right? Good point, son. Buried George Floyd in a gold casket. Why? Because he was worth gold for them. You know how much money he made the Democrat Party back then? Again, man, this is why I say these people make me sick. And this is why we got to look out for the map of the midterms, man. We cannot let these fucking Democrats win. We need to bring this Democrat Party back to the middle. Virtue signaling makes me sick. Exactly what it is. Exactly what it is, my boy. No doubt, bro. No doubt. All right, let's see what we got here, man. So we covered the war. Trump had a speech on Memorial Day on the military. Let's take a look at Trump's speech.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. What a beautiful day, as it turns out. It's just perfect. We'd rather have this than the heat. It's just beautiful. It's always beautiful being here. My 5th time, and it never changes. Vice President Vance, Secretary Hegseth, Chairman Kaine, members of the Cabinet, members of the United States Armed Forces, veterans, and fellow citizens. Today, here at Arlington, a very special place that held burial grounds, battlefields across the country. And around the world, we unite in solemn observance. With reverent hearts, we honor those who fell so that our republic might stand, those who died so that our nation could live, those who gave up their sacred light on earth so that the sublime light of American freedom would shine forever and ever. This Memorial Day, we salute them, we exalt them, And we thank them for all that we have and for all that they gave. They gave everything. God bless our fallen heroes. We're joined today by some of those they left behind, our incredible Gold Star families, incredible people. To every person here and across America who holds tight to the memory of a warrior taken from them, we will never, ever forget the ones you loved. Gold Star family members, please stand. Receive our thanks, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. My honor. Less than 6 weeks from now, our nation will reach a historic milestone, 250 years of majestic American independence, something. But it's only right that first we remember the immense sacrifice that has been brought to us and this momentous anniversary year. That's what it is. It's a momentous year. Before we hail the founding, we honor the fallen. Before we celebrate the triumph, we pay the tribute. Before we crown the victory, we count the cost. Today, we are reminded that there could be no 4th of July without America's armed forces, and there could be no Independence Day without Memorial Day. We owe our liberty, our self-government, the glories of our history, and our very nation itself to the generations who paid for it with everything they had, the ultimate sacrifice. The first Americans to give their lives in battle fell on April 1775, when 8 patriots were cut down by redcoats. Those guns, they were shot on Lexington Green. They had answered the call to muster against a force 5 times their strength. They said at the time, the greatest in the world, in defense of their cherished rights and their cherished liberty. As the British approached the Massachusetts, militiamen summoned destiny itself, saying, if they mean to have a war, let it begin right here. Caleb Harrington was 23 years old when he accompanied his father to the Green that day, torn apart from each other in the chaos of combat. That American son died trying to fight his way back to his father. He wanted to get back to Dad. Caleb's cousin Jonathan was struck down at age 31, shot within the sight of his home, and his young wife and child who awaited his return. Jonathan crawled, bleeding, back to them to die on his own doorstep for a final, terrible but beautiful farewell. His widow and orphan were perhaps the very first Gold Star family in a long unbroken chain that reaches up through the ages to us right here today. When our founding fathers put the ideas of the Declaration of Independence to paper in Philadelphia, they signed and sealed an oath that had already been written in blood by patriots at Lexington, Concord, and Bunker Hill. Their sacrifice birthed the most incredible and exceptional nation in all of history. And our nation is doing better today than it's ever done before. Right? That's right. The cause of independence exploded from that part of the American soul that will not be tamed, that will never be conquered, that will rather face death than to live as slaves to the arbitrary will of another. This is the unyielding spirit that has always set Americans apart and driven generations of American warriors into battle, their chests beating with the cry that says, we will govern ourselves. We will control our destiny. We will bow to no one but the righteous God who made us and who gave us our rights and blessed this land free and the bravest of the brave. 10 days into the legendary Battle of the Bulge, in World War II, Lieutenant Colonel Keith Ware led 11 men in a tank against entrenched German positions, the toughest positions anywhere in the world. Half the patrol, including Ware himself, were soon wounded. Yet still, he killed 5 enemy riflemen, demolished 3 German machine gun nests, forced a 4th to surrender, and captured the hill. For his heroism, he received the Congressional Medal of Honor. Unlike most drafted soldiers, Ware stayed in the Army and rose to the rank of general, a highly respected general. In Vietnam, as commander of the 1st Infantry, the Big Red One, they called it. That's very nice. He led from the front, and in 1968, that's where he was shot down, surveying enemy positions for the famous assault on Hill 222. Known as the Fighting General, he's buried here in Arlington, and with us is his grandson and namesake, Staff Sergeant Keith Ware, an Air Force veteran. Keith, where are you, Keith? Where are you, Keith? Hi, Keith. Thank you very much. Great honor. We're also honored to be joined by a man who, like General Ware, is a veteran of the largest battle in U.S. Army history, the Battle of the Bulge. At 15, Harry Miller lied about his age to enlist and was soon fighting to stop the SS Panzer divisions as part of the famed 740th Tank Battalion, the Daredevils they were called, of which he is among the last surviving members at 97 years old. Within 6 months after the battle, Harry's unit lost 42 comrades. He's remembering them today. Sergeant Miller, it is a true honor to have you with us. Sergeant Miller. And he looks great. Thank you. Many of the greatest men of that generation followed along an epic path from World War II to Korea and to Vietnam. Major Charles Kelly was the father of aggressive dust-off helicopter flying that made Army medical evacuation pilots among the most fearless. In Vietnam, the greatest helicopter pilots, they say, that ever lived. Like Sergeant Miller, Charles enlisted to serve in World War II at age 15. He was wounded at the Battle of Aachen and went on to fight in Korea. But flying helicopter ambulances in Vietnam is what etched his name into history. Since I have been here, he wrote in 1964, we have evacuated 1,800 casualties. And in the last 3 months, we've flown 242 hours at night. No other unit can match this, and they flew the most dangerous routes probably in the history of warfare. 2 weeks later, under brutal enemy fire, Kelly refused to withdraw until he had loaded the wounded aboard. As he prepared for takeoff, an enemy bullet pierced his heart. Yet Charles Kelly's heroic life-saving style lived on. His comrades and command passed on to Captain Patrick Henry Brady, and 4 years later, Brady piloted 3 damaged helicopters in turn to evacuate an incredible 51 wounded warriors under intense fire like no one has seen up till that point. For this, he received also the Congressional Medal of Honor. General Brady is with us at 89 years old as we salute his fallen mentor, Charles Kelly. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much. Sergeant First Class Matthew McClintock enlisted in the Army in 2006 and became a very special Green Beret. In 2016, he found himself in an hours-long firefight with Afghan terrorists. When a comrade was severely wounded, Matthew wanted to find a landing zone for a medevac rescue. Very dangerous, horrible way to be flying. He was reminded on the dangers, but Matthew replied, "We have to save him. We have to do it." Running out in the face of mortars and rocket-propelled grenades, he went to work, but was soon gravely wounded. He was hit from every possible angle. Matthew fell that day, but the soldier he gave his life to save survived and thrived. And Matthew was awarded the Silver Star. We're deeply honored to be joined by Matthew's mother, Joyce, his widow, Allie, and his precious young son, Declan, here to remember Matthew at his grave in Section 60, 10 years later. So Joyce and Allie and Declan, we salute Sergeant Matthew McClintock as an American hero, please. Thank you. These are tremendous people. These are brave, brave people. In 2 wars recently, we've lost a total of 13 service members. In Venezuela, which was a complete and total victory, where we're working very closely with the Venezuela government right now. We took that over in one day. We lost no one. In Operation Epic Fury, we lost 13 wonderful souls, wonderful, special people. These incredible men and women gave their lives to ensure that the world's #1 state sponsor of terror will never have a nuclear weapon. Oh, and they won't. They will never have a nuclear weapon. I'm sure you know that. One of them was Major Ariana Savino Lince, and we're joined by her great family, Omira, Darren, Zevin, and Wick. Stand up, please. Please. There he is. There he is. Thank you very much. Thank you, Vic. Thank you very much. To all of you, Ariana's selfless gift will not be in vain. Our debt to you is everlasting, and it's always going to end in victory. We're having victories all over the place, more than we've had in many, many decades. Scripture tells us, precious is the sight of the Lord, is the death of his faithful servants. 400,000 souls rest on these grounds, these beautiful grounds, in the sacred soil, which is first consecrated in the hours of America's greatest division to be eternal symbol of national unity. It cannot be by chance alone that the very first service member laid to rest here in this place of supreme sacrifice was a Union soldier by the name of Private Christman. Private William Henry Christman of Pennsylvania, who died as 19 years old. He was a great young man, they say. Beside him are more than 18,000 other young men named William, over 20,000 named John, over 13,000 named James, joined over time by Isaac, Elijah, Earls, Hanks, Helens, Wands, Margarets, Marius, Donalds, not too many, and others whose names tell the true story of American greatness, and greatness it is. Here beneath arching trees and white stones so beautiful, these many are made one again, united forever as brothers and sisters in arms and children of our fathers in heaven. From coast to coast, from proud cities to humble towns, and from heartland fields, from every race and religion, they came because they could not bear the thought that the nation they love so much might ask for heroes and hear no answer. But they answered, and they answered very, very loudly. At Ticonderoga and San Juan Hill, at Manila Bay and Midway, at Point du Hoc and Busan, the courage of the American warrior has forged a path through every sea and every place that's marked a trail to every corner on the earth. In 250 years, America's heroes have saved more lives, freed more captives, accomplished more good, and spread more hope than any other people at any time in the history of the world. Whole nations, no liberty today. Entire generations, no freedom. Billions and billions of people have been delivered from poverty, tyranny, and oppression because of the sacrifices we honor this day. That's why from Brittany to Sicily, from Panama City to Saipan, from the Netherlands to North Africa to New Zealand, This whole planet is adorned with memorials to America's fallen and to America's greatness, to their courage, carved in marble and engraved in the hearts of all of mankind. We will never forget you. From 1776 to 2026, America has always stood as a great and moral cause. Our warriors are no mere mercenaries. They are guardian angels who stride across the battlefields of history and stand watch over the highest and most beautiful plains the human spirit has ever seen, holding the line between liberty and tyranny, between civilization and barbarism, between good and evil. Wherever the American soldier walks, wherever he fights, wherever he fails, and wherever he falls, he does it for the destiny of a nation like no other. There's never been anybody like you. And for the fate of freedom on this earth, we salute you like nobody has ever been saluted before. By their deaths, those who have gone before us in battle have redeemed the promise of our founding for each future generation. They've not just made the ultimate sacrifice, they've offered the ultimate proof that we Americans do indeed love liberty. We do cherish the self-government given to us by our forefathers. We do believe with all our souls in the mission that God has given to America. And we do intend with all our strength and heart to hold high the torch our heroes handed to us, and we will never, ever let it fall. Thank you very much. You are special, special people. We love you all. God bless the families of the fallen. God bless the men and women who serve. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much, everybody.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Mr. President Donald Trump. Well, I have a special today for my for everyone that showed up today. I'm going to be giving out a special amount of sats today on the Wheel of Satoshi because it is Memorial Day. I've been going back and forth on what I should give you guys. But I'm going to go ahead, and since you're here, I'm going to give everyone 1,789 sats. And that's my zap. That's a Jerry zap. You know, some people do 1776. I like 1776 always, obviously. But our country really, in my personal opinion, I know the independence of it and the war and stuff started, but officially our country started in 1789. The Constitution officially on March 4th, 1789. I know it was written in 1787. And then obviously President George Washington, our first president, was sworn in on April 30th, 1789. And then also we had the first U.S. Congress meet in New York City. We had the Judiciary Act of 1789 was passed, creating the Supreme Court and the federal court system. The Bill of Rights was proposed by Congress and sent to the states for ratification. And obviously George Washington appointed my boy Thomas Jefferson as Secretary of State, and Alexander Hamilton as Secretary of the Treasury, and also John Adams became the first vice president. So I'm going to give out 1,789 sats per spin today. So do me a favor and let me know you're here. Sin is here. I'm not going to do any special like legends or anything like that today because you guys are all legends for being here. And I know it's early. I know you guys are working and stuff like that. And, you know, my views are going to go down because I chose a different time slot, but sometimes you got to do that. So let me know in the comment section if you're here. And we have a lot of blocks that went through too. A lot of them. So I'm going to be giving away a lot of sats today. You're welcome, Lauren. Thank you for being here, brother. You don't got to thank me, sir. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, man. I really do. Lauren, we got Sin. Jason's here as well. I believe Jenny's here still. Let me know you're here. I know you're working, so you guys might have to wipe off your hands for a second. And let me know you're here. But we're going to start with the Bitcoin block of let's see, we've been here an hour and some change. We've been here an hour and 8 minutes, if you will. What's up? What's up, Cool Kev? How are you, man? You're going to win a lot of sats today. Jenny's here. Cool Kev. Good to see you, man. So we've been here an hour and 8 minutes. So we're going to go back an hour and 8 minutes ago, which is what? Let's see. 66. So we're going to start off at the Bitcoin block height of 990. And then we're going to work our way all the way up because a lot of blocks came out, a lot of them, to 006. So we got a lot of spins. So you guys are going to win a lot of sats today. Here. Thank you. What's your name again? Is it Rye Bread? Linty Omelet. I'll put you as Linty Omelet. What is it? Linty Omelet. Here, Praetorian. That's what's up, bro. Praetorian. Thank you, Praetorian, for being here. I appreciate you, man. Good. All right. There's a few over in the redneck section. Okay. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, brother. Jor's here. Jor for the score. I'm giving away 1,700 sats. 1,789 per spin, and we have a lot of spins. So you guys are going to win a lot of sats today. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it. Hey, yo, good afternoon. Kramer, what's good, man? How are you? Jerry, the accountant, is not around. He would not be happy. Either works, LOL. Spin that shit, Trent says. Kramer and Praetorian. Trent's here. No doubt. Trent and J-Dog is here. J-Dog, how are you, man? How's little Frankie? How's Lulu? Good to see you, brother. President Trump mentioned Jen 4 times. He said legendary 4 times. LOL. He sure did, man. He sure did. Spin it up. Got you, Ginger. Am I missing anybody? Everybody's getting 1789. He knows what's up. All right, so let's spin. We have a lot of spins. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 spins we're about to do. Because the blocks are coming out fast. And again, thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. This is for our fallen soldiers. Again, 1789 is my favorite year. Probably besides 1776. Again, George Washington, our founding father, the daddy of them all, of all dads, of all founding fathers, was inaugurated and sworn in as our president. Our Constitution went in effect, and our country became the greatest country in the world. So for 1789 and for our fallen soldiers, thank you guys so much for being here. I love each and every one of you, and good luck for this spin on this Monday, May 25th, 2026. Thank you, guys. Who's going to win the first 1789? It looks like Jason to me. Looks like Jason. Looks like Jason to me. Congratulations, sir. Frankie and Lulu, very hot. 34 here today. Blitty. We are not used to it. All right, man. Glad to see them, man. Tell them I said hello, bro. Seriously. How about the gambler? He didn't say nothing. Is he still here? The gambler, you still here, my boy? You got to sound off, man. He was here earlier. You're the first winner, 1789. Our buy just went through. Holy shit. Wow. I just got a huge donation, man. I just got a huge donation. Just in time. Maybe not. Obviously, we know who this is. Unless somebody's impersonating him. But somebody sent this in with 3 American flags. So who you think that was? Who's that look like to you? Looks like Jor for the score to me. With 3 American flags. Thank you so much. If that's Jor, thank you, man. Or whoever it is, thank you so much. I appreciate it. That definitely helps with the payroll today. Because I got a lot of sats to give out. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. Quack, quack. Is that from the 51st state, eh? Yeah, it looks like it. Joe, I appreciate that, man. If that was you, thank you, man. That's a lot of fucking sats, bro. 808 Mafia, 51st state incoming, yes. Thank you guys so much. All right, 991. I let me say something to you guys. I have forfeited my my time slot for BTC Backpacker because I want him to succeed. And I decided to change my time slot up and also my show format to try to get some normies in here. So I appreciate you guys so much, man. You know, zapping is very, very fun. My income has gone down since I've been doing this, but that's fine. Maybe it's only for short term, but I ain't doing it for the money, bro. I'm doing it for the culture. We got to get this thing going up. Trying to keep you in the blacks. Sure, thanks, man. I appreciate it. That's a lot of sass, my friend. Thank you so much, man. That's very kind of you. Very kind. I know you understand what these sats mean. So that means a lot, Jordan. Thank you, man. That's a lot, brother. Thank you so much, bro. From Jordan's Ducks. That's a big state. It is. Very big state. What you doing today, Jerry? I'm hanging out here with you guys. I was watching Jasmine's dogs for the last couple of days. And she's probably back home now, so I don't have to do that. So after I'm done here, I'm gonna go chill for a little bit. I'm gonna go chill. I have the day off. I have no driving things scheduled, so I can be here probably for a while. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Grilling, swimming, Vegas baddies. I'd like to do number 3. But just chilling, Jason, for the most part. Or I might just sit on the couch. It depends on what the weather is going to be. What's the weather going to be today? Thank you again, Jordan. Damn, that's very kind of you, brother. Thank you. Let's see what the weather today is. It's going to be 94 today. Oh, boy. She's right below you. All right. Jason, you're the first winner of the 1789 today. Congratulations, my friend. Let's see who can win block 991 for the second spin. We're going to do a speed round here, guys, because I'm way behind. Linty omelet. I'm going to do cardio and then grill kebabs and shit. Okay. That's what's up. 94. Jerry, are you in hell? I know, Jenny. Rye bread. Hell of a name. Yeah, Rye bread. You got to get your name back, bro. Let me see if I still have you in my black book here. My black book of Satoshi's. Rye bread. Whoa, yes. Congratulations. Let's see if I got you, Rye bread. Let's see here. I haven't done a... Yep, Rye bread 7 at speed.app, right? Rye bread 7 at speed.app. Yes. I better still be in that black book. I don't even have you in my black book, Jenny. I do. But I just got you on my strike thing, my list. I just go there. The people I send the most to, you're one of those people, and I just send it straight through there. Rye bread 7 at speed app. Is that your name still, sir? On speed? All right. 992. Dashing at 94 won't be fun. I know. Should be the same. Okay, got you, bro. Jor for the score. Oh, I'm on speed dial. Yes, cool. Yes, you are. Jor for the score is a winner. The big donator today. The big man on campus. Thank you, Jor. Got some of it back. Quack, quack. Jor, Sin says. Jor again. Uh-oh. That's the universe talking to him. That's almost half back, bro. You're welcome, brother. Consider that your time and a half for working on a holiday. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Let's see if we can get that back to you. Quack, George times 2. Yes. Can he do a hat trick? Can he do a hat trick? I think he can. No, not this time. Kramer. Turkey incoming? Not this time, sir. Kramer, congrats. Remember, guys, these spins are for 1789. 1789. Let me say this again, Jor. Go on, Jor. A little 3/5 pay. Am I right, Jerry? 3/5, yes. 3/5 of a man. Kramer. That's right, Jason. Kramer, congratulations. 994. Let's see who can win 995. Lot of spins we got to do, guys. Jason again. Jason again. 990. No, that was 995. 994 for Kramer. 995 for Jason. 996 goes to who? Congrats, guys. Kramer, you're. I know. Those are the funniest jokes. Sin Diesel. I love when Sin wins. Sin doesn't win a lot for some reason. I don't know why. He's always here. He just doesn't win a lot. It's crazy. Says that that was a funny joke, Jason. You're times two. Jason, congratulations. Yeah, you got my wallet, right? Sorry for the app was being weird. No, it's all good. I got you, bro. I got Jason. Says, hey, goes in. Nothing's better than a racist joke to me. Those are my favorite jokes. Just here to show love. Love you, Jerry. I pray Sin wins. He did. What's up, man? Can't stay. Okay. I'm giving out 1,789 sats per spin. You sure you don't want to say Peacemaker 88? Nice. Been on a losing streak for a while. Yeah, I know, man. Like, what the hell? Thank you and all that serve. Yes. LMAO. Can't stay. Okay. I'm Mexican, so it's okay. Oh, I know, bro. I know. Sin, congrats. Sindeezy, my kneesy. Holy shit, Jenny. Jenny says, hold my beer, Jor. She says, hold my beer, Jor. Damn, Jenny, thank you. Jenny. That may take care of the payroll today. Jenny zap times 10 plus 5. 10,345. I don't believe that's Jenny from the future, ladies and gentlemen. Jenny from the future sends 7 at a time. She sent 12,345 sats. Again, I don't do math live, Jenny. Jenny from the future, if you're here, tell us how much in dollars purchasing power is 12,345. I know the multiple is like 176. Thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate you. We love you, Jenny. Thank you. Sin Diesel wins. Can you do it again? 997. Jen, Nico, give mom her phone back. Jor again. Jenny from the future is not happy with Jenny for today. Jor. There's his hat trick. He didn't get it 3 times in a row. Jor, you can almost get your money back. Almost. Need a couple more wins. You're going to get your money back. There you go. Thank you, Jor. Congratulations, Jor, for the score. Jor for the score. Jor again? Again. Wow. Jor said, I need my money back, man. Jor again. $1,763. Is that what that is? $1,763. 12,345. I thought it was more than that. Jor hits the hat trick. Now 4 trick. Jor 4. Jor's not here, Jenny says. Jor, congratulations. Can he get a hat trick this time? 3 in a row. Or 3-peat like Jordan. Not this time. Jason again. Jason. Thank you again, Jor, and Jenny. I really appreciate that, guys. That's very nice of you. Not a turkey, but a Canadian goose. Jor for the 4. Yes. Holy F, I'm rich. Yes, you are, sir. What's 1789 times 4? Let's see. 34. 1,700 is 3,400. 89. So it's 35 something. Yeah, he almost got his money back. Damn. That's what's up. He'll get it back. I think one more win gets his money back, I believe. Praetorian. Congrats. Boom, baby. You're again. Boom. 888 times 2 equals 1776. I know that. Wow. I did not know that. That's wild, Jor. Honestly, I did not know that. Wow. You are a patriot, Jor. Holy shit. Praetorian. That's why I did not know that. Fake Mo's calling me, guys. This is just an indicator she never watches my show. So, hey, what's up? Love you. See you. Want to say hi?
Hi, everyone.
Fake Mo's in the house, y'all. What you doing, honey?
Just got off from work.
You getting extra money? Did you really?
Yeah.
All right.
Me and the girl train. But I love you.
All right, love you. Send me something. I need some money. I don't got none.
Let me have something.
Send me maybe 200.
Something like,
I think 200 is worth. All right, I'll call you back. Come send me something. Love you.
okay, love you.
All right. Fake Mo. Yay. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Praetorian. Fake Mo. We miss you. Fake Mo. Fake Mo. Everybody calls it Fake Mo. That's my baby right there. You better be stacking those sats, Mo. She don't stack nothing. Jenny, she knows her daddy's got her. That's why. Which is crazy. She's such a Bitcoiner when she's with her dad, but other than that, she's not. Jor, 150 at least. Yeah. At least. Colt, let Papa hold something, baby girl. That's our little inside joke. I say that to her before she starts asking me for money. She has a certain look on her face, Sin, when she's about to ask me for something. I go, hey, let me get $100. I don't have any money. That's our inside joke. Praetorian, congratulations on block 1000 or 000. Who can win 001? Papa, don't preach. Jor again? No, Kramer. Wow. Kramer. Oh, I have a daughter. I know the look. Yes. Daddy. I'm like, Nope. Don't even try it. Kramer. I can't say no either. You know that. I gave her some money the other day, and I did not have it, bro. But she got it out of me. I ended up giving her more than what she asked for, which was crazy. Kramer, congrats. Kramer again. That'll help with the DCA with DoorDash. 002. Again, thank you. Yes. Trent, boom, baby. Trent, my man. Trent is so smooth that even when he's in his secret identity, the girl will bring him up. Now, we don't know who his secret identity is or who he really is. You know what I mean? But some say he might be a man they call Satman, maybe? I don't know.
Thank you. I couldn't have saved Lois without your help. I'm aware of that.
Go! That I'm aware of that was diabolical. It was absolutely diabolical. Trent, congrats. Winner. Trent, why does everybody think of Satman when they think of you? I don't know why.
Go to the moon. Downtown, my niggas were doing the most. Grabs on the table, yeah, I been gone. At the back, she started, she trying to put it over. Keep steady, I told her I'm on one. Trying to make me.
That stare before he took off was diabolical as well. I mean, it was just insane. The greatest exit ever.
Be the bad guy, telling people that this shit was damn love. Call me an ex, young nigga feeling paralyzed. When you don't go, can't stop, fuck a red light.
Bruce Wayne, he was with me when Joker. Is he all right? Do you know?
He's fine. Just fine.
I throw 150 for the nails. I might put a bad bitch.
Do not bring your girl around Satman because it's the chin, Lauren says. You recognize Trent through the chin, through the mask, because of the chin. I think you're right, sir. I think you're right. Trent's the winner of block 002. 1789 goes to you, sir. Congratulations. 1789 all day. That's what I'm going to do. If you guys convince me to stay longer, I will. I'll give them out all day, okay? God. Trying to go broke, man. Trying to go broke. 003 goes to who? 1789. Kramer again? Yes, it is. Wow, Kramer. Congratulations, sir. You got to stay until Nico wins. Okay. That's fair. Oh, let me put Nico on the wheel. I didn't put Nico on the wheel. Or Arnie. Shit. Thanks for the reminder, man. Kramer. 004. They all have wallets, by the way, and they all contribute. Kramer again? Wow, Kramer. Holy shit. Trying to make room in the wallet for the Casper. Kramer is killing it right now. Kramer's got 1, 2, 3, 4 wins. And Jor for the score has 4 wins. Wow. Incredible. I didn't mean put him on the wheel. I meant you can go until he wins because he's not on the wheel. That means you stuck with us. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, he's on the wheel anyways. I love him. What the F? Kramer killing it. Rigged. Yeah, that joke went right over my head, Jenny. But you got him on the wheel now, man. He's my man. Kramer, congrats. Can he do it again? Kramer, woohoo. Whoa. Jor for the score. Wow, Jor again. Now, you guys know I'm not a mathematician. You guys know that. But I believe Jor got close to getting his money back. He won 4 times. Or 5 times. 1789 times 5 equals. Yeah, he's got his money back. Jor has got his money back. 5 wins gives him 8,945. He's got his money back. What an investment, Jor. What an investment. Great job, man. Jor, go take a shower. The kid is hot tonight. Yes, that's the universe, man. That's the universe. Thank you so much again, Jor. I appreciate that. Jor versus Kramer. Let's fucking go. I know they're right next to each other, too. The wheel is tilted heavy that way. Block 006. I had to do this when there was a lot of blocks, didn't I? I just shoot myself in the foot. Ginger? Good. Somebody else wins finally. Gin. Kramer and Jor, nice one. Kramer and Jor right next to each other, too. I know, it's crazy. Ginger, congratulations, sir. You will not be treated like a redhead stepchild on my show. That's for sure. You're one of my favorites. Ginger! Ginger! Wow, these blocks are coming out super fast, guys. 006, 007, 008, 009, 010. All right. Let's keep spinning and keep winning. Spinning and winning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Ginger. Nico. Oh, show's over. Time to go. Time to go. Wow, glad Fanny took out the accountant. Yeah, she sure did. Rear naked chokehold, too. Well, the show's over. Nico wins. Nico, congratulations. I know you're here. 008 goes to who? That was 007 for Nico. Nico! Dang, not it. Now I got to double that. Praetorian. Wow. Wow. Well, Jenny, you are very kind. I appreciate that. Praetorian, congratulations, sir. Appreciate that. 009. Jenny, you don't have to do that, sweetie. Praetorian, I know you're probably just joking. J-Dog? Okay, yeah, so I want everybody to win at least once. J-Dog. Congrats. Praetorian. My man J-Dog. All right, last one, 010. Last one for now, not the last one. Last one for now. Then we'll get into some more news. See what's going on out here in these streets. J-Dog again. Wow. J-Dog. J-Dog. J-Dizzle, my nizzle. Woohoo. What is it I have to do to win on this thing? LOL. I know, right? Thank you very kindly. J-Dog. Yes. I know, Lauren. I want everybody to win at least once. But that was a lot of spins. What are the chances you don't win one? That's crazy. Lauren, I don't know. If you figure it out, let me know. I know Jenny hasn't won either. That is crazy, man. Jay Dizzle for Twizzle. Yes, for Twizzle. Yes. Jay Dizzle for Twizzle. My nizzle. Double whoop. Thanks. No doubt, bro. No doubt. So what do we got? What else we got today, guys? Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what Newsmax is talking about. See any latest updates. California fire crews race to prevent massive chemical explosion report. Let's see about this.
New developments out of California after California Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency in Orange County surrounding a massive chemical tank that became dangerously unstable. Now, the tank, located at the GKN Aerospace facility in Garden Grove, holds more than 6,000 gallons of a highly flammable and volatile chemical.
Authorities said the tank was at serious risk of rupturing, which could have caused a massive explosion or a major chemical leak into the surrounding area. But officials now saying the risk of a major explosion, that's off the table, as the pressure and temperature inside the tank is being stabilized. Tens of thousands of residents in Southern California, they are still under an evacuation order caused by the emergency, with no timeline, though, on when they can return back to their homes.
Now, correspondent Joe Mueller joins us live from Cypress, California, with the very latest. Joe, what are you learning?
Well, tens of thousands of people here are waiting for the okay to go back home. So they're still outside of this evacuation zone. But like you had mentioned, the risk of a major explosion is off the table as the pressure is being released and the temperature is slowly coming down. But there's still a threat to public safety here. And so they want people to remain out of the evacuation area. Like you see behind me here, we are in the city of Cypress. This is one corner of this 4 square mile evacuation zone. You can see streets like this. People are leaving. Some are still going in to try and get medicine and different things that they need. But a lot of roads just closed down like this as tens of thousands, about 50,000 people remain evacuated. Now, this all started here Friday in the city of Garden Grove. Officials say pressure built inside that chemical storage tank at GKN Aerospace containing methacrylate, a highly flammable industrial chemical, after the tank began overheating. Well, crews reported bulging sides and a...
That's Democrat governance for you, people. That is Democrat governance for you. Again, these people can't govern. Now look at this, man. Punk ass Mayor Jacob Frey. Remember we just talked about him kneeling for George Floyd in his casket? Well, now instead of celebrating Memorial Day, he's celebrating the death of George Floyd. You don't believe me? Take a look.
I just saw a video of more than 6 masked agents pummeling one of our constituents and shooting him to death. How many more residents, how many more Americans need to die or get badly hurt for this operation to end? How many more lives need to be lost before this administration realizes that a political and partisan narrative is not as important as American values? How many times must local and national leaders must plead with you, Donald Trump, to end this operation and recognize that this is not...
See, this is what these actors got to do, right? They have to. They have no policies. They don't have good governance. They don't have good solutions to problems. They just have to play victim and say Trump's bad, right? And pull on people's emotional strings. And again, the emotional manipulation. Let me say that again. The emotional manipulation by the Democrat Party should be studied. Honestly, it's a thing of beauty what they've done to these people. And what do I mean by these people? 70-something million people voted for Kamala Harris in 2024. Why? Do you think people like the Democrat Party governance and their policies and the solutions to the problems? Of course not. It's all about emotions, free shit, and Trump is bad. And not in that order, by the way. And again, this is why I say these people make me sick. Let's see what we got here. Barack Obama, Royce White. I like this guy. He's from Minnesota. He's a black man. He used to be an NBA player, based as hell. Now, he's not perfect, but he's got something to say. He's running for U.S. Senate in Minnesota. He was on the stage, and let's see what he has to say. This is what I call an ether, ladies and gentlemen.
Up next, Royce White.
Barack Hussein Obama was a traitor.
Boom. Is it me? Is it me or other than this guy? Do we not hear about ICE in the media that much anymore? Have the Dems moved on to a quote unquote better pearl clutching topic? Exactly. It's not just you, man. It is not just you, my dear friend. Nope. Because he has nothing else. What else is he going to talk about, Sin? Think about it. I don't see that happening, sir. I went about the same amount of sin. He's cooking right. Here's the ether. Let's play the ether music in the background.
Barack Hussein Obama was a traitor.
Yep.
Should be arrested. Obamacare was one of many subversive policies and programs that he and the communist Democrats, I call them commie-crats, instituted, and it should be done away with. And President Trump is doing a good job of some of that. But I got to go back to this last question because it's hurt my brain, honestly. Do we think we're going to go down into Minneapolis or the Twin Cities with these same talking points about our foreign policy? The beating heart of the MAGA movement was a repudiation of our foreign policy. America needs to come first. Americans need to come first. And it blows my mind that we think the American people stupid enough to continue to say Iran is the #1 sponsor of terrorism.
Well, that's what they do. That's what they do. It's all about manipulation. Who's this legend? This is my man. He used to be in the NBA. His name is Royce White. I think he played for the Houston Rockets, didn't he, Sin? And a former athlete. He's just common sense. You know what I mean? He's an absolute legend, man. I believe he's a Bitcoiner too, if I'm not mistaken.
Iran is the #1 sponsor of terrorism. They're not. China is the #1 sponsor of terrorism because they give Iran all their money. And you know who funds China?
Ding, 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 ding. And also, they're about to attack Taiwan. Also, they bring fentanyl, China. They bring fentanyl used to bring fentanyl through our southern borders up through Mexico. And they also bought a lot of land here in America, and they flew a balloon over. And they are our closest thing that we have to a major enemy out of the three countries, USA, the three major ones, USA, China, and Russia. Iran is not our enemy. Now, again, I'm not with the Iran stuff or nothing like that, but Iran is not our enemy. I mean, Israel's not our enemy. Iran is an enemy, though.
Because they give Iran all their money. And you know who funds China? Every last one of you who are unwilling to decouple from the convenience of a tyrannical communist regime. And in that way,
Oh, man, I got to read this. We're going to start all over with this. I'm going to start back up here.
Associating talking.
George says, I trust any man who says his quote-unquote mind has been blown. Yes, because it takes a brain rewired to see through this BS. Say it again, George. I have no idea. Haven't watched a Rockets game since we last won the championship. You were even old enough to drink at that time, Geraldo. Ha. You know what's funny? Let me tell you guys a story real quick. That's so funny. I just thought about this. This was Saturday night. Saturday. I was at the Sahara Sin at the Sahara on Las Vegas Boulevard in Sahara. Lauren, your hotel you stayed at. And I was down there and I had some free play. So I was in the casino and I'm sitting there and I'm on the phone with somebody and I see this dude walking, these two dudes walking towards me. And I know certain players when I see them, right? I know certain people. I seen this dude, he was bow-legged, saying pause. And I'm like, is that Sam Cassell? I'm talking about he was way down there, right? I said, that's Sam Cassell, ain't it? And I was like, nah, Sam Cassell's like way uglier than that dude. And he started getting closer and closer. It was fucking Sam Cassell. Now, again, I see a lot of NBA players working with my nephew and shit. And E.T. Yes, he was just chilling. He was just walking with his homeboy. Nobody said nothing to him. Nobody saw him and shit. It was just funny. I just thought about the Houston Rockets. Just saw freaking Sam Cassell just walking through the casino. It's crazy.
Points about our foreign policy, some of that. But I got to go back to this last question because it's hurt my brain, honestly. Do we think we're going to go down into Minneapolis or the Twin Cities with these same talking points about our foreign policy?
No homo, and pause when I say this, but when you see a man with shoulders like that, when you see a man with shoulders like that, do you think that man's a liberal? Do you think a man that's built like that is a liberal? Probably got high testosterone, strong man. Usually you don't see too many liberal men looking like this guy right here.
about our foreign policy. The beating heart of the MAGA movement was a repudiation of our foreign policy. America needs to come first. Americans need to come first. And it blows my mind that we think the American people stupid enough to continue to say Iran is the #1 sponsor of terrorism. They're not. China is the #1 sponsor of terrorism because they give Iran all their money. And you know who funds China? Every last one of you.
Ding, 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 ding. Tell him, Royce. This boy is cooking. They need to put the ether music behind this. They need to put the ether soundtrack behind this, bro. For real. Well, yes. Love this, man. Pointing right at them people. Love it.
Funds China. Every last one of you who are unwilling to decouple from the convenience of a tyrannical communist regime. And in that way, by association, we all in here share some of that communist sin. We have to decouple from the Chinese Communist Party, and we have to start being brutally honest about our formation of foreign policy, the impacts on our economy, and more importantly, our culture.
Thank you very much. Wow. Make Minnesota great again. Please, Trent, please vote for this man. Please, Trilateral Commission. It's not one country or nation state. It's a big club, and we ain't part of it. You ain't lying, Jason. You're not lying. Bring manufacturing back to America. We're working on that now. Absolutely. It's going to take a while, though, Jason. We have to build the infrastructure for that. It's going to be a lot of AI, a lot of robots, and a lot of factory people that can run the factories. You know what I mean? Foremans and all that other stuff, and then technical people. But we're bringing it back. But again, people want things overnight. They want, bring it back. We can't. We have to build it first. You know what I mean? But I absolutely love it. That's common sense, ladies and gentlemen. Which again ain't common. No, the only way we're going to get to the truth, we got to talk to its cousins first, and the cousin is common sense. We got to get to that first. Look at this woman. Wow. Look at this. This is what Memorial Day is about. This is also why we don't tolerate people burning our flag. These are people that lost their loved ones. Let me tell you something, man. Anybody that burns our American flags should be sent to jail for a certain amount of time. I don't know what that time is, maybe 5 years if you burn the flag, the American flag, or we'll send you overseas. Did someone say robots? Yes, I did. Trent, Satman, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. How are you? Greater America plan is the best option. Force Canada and Mexico be a part of one nation. We use Canada for the resources and Mexico for labor. Me and Juan got this. We don't need robots. Jason, you are a wild boy. Jason is a wild boy. He says what he means and means what he says. Where the saying go, which is reproduction. What is this here? Yeah, man. Again, it is Memorial Day here, and we're talking Bitcoin as well. You know what I mean? Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin now. This is 15 trillion. Visa partnered with former PayPal president to make Bitcoin the world's largest payment network. 175 million merchants in 100 countries now accept Bitcoin. New global money is here.
Is basically a global dollar account product that lives on Spark. And Spark is our Bitcoin L2.
Yep.
That supports stablecoins natively and moves stablecoins virtually for free. And so it's an account that you can have that's branded to your platform, and your users, your stakeholders can use that, get paid in dollars, and we'll soon add many other currencies to make it a multi-currency account. And then the minute you got money from one of these platforms or you fund it yourself, you can spend it in more ways than any account before its time. So the first thing is we announced this morning a partnership with Visa to become a Visa principal member, which is not a small deal. And that will allow us to issue Grid Global Accounts based cards in 100 countries. So you receive money in this account. It's a new kind of embedded wallet, so you can log in with Google, with Apple, with the passkey. You don't need to worry about losing your seed phrase or your private key. That's a thing of the past. And so it's a self-custodial Spark-based Grid Global account. You have dollars. Now you can get a debit card and spend it at 175 million Visa merchants globally.
And when you spend that, can you spend in dollars, in Bitcoin?
Yes. Anything that has a balance in your account, whether it's Bitcoin or dollars or any other currency, you can pull from any of these to actually use your debit card. And I think this is where it all ends, right? It's like the single address becomes like a human readable address. And then you as a receiver can decide whether you want to receive dollars or you want to receive Bitcoin. And I think there's a very elegant way to do that, but you have a single address that you can give anyone. So back to the example of, the street here, you go.
I thought I heard that too, Jor. Let's play it again. Hold on.
It's a new kind of embedded wallet, so you can log in with Google, with Apple, with the passkey. You don't need to worry about losing your seed phrase or your private key. That's a thing of the past.
No, he said losing your private key would be a thing of the past. So does that mean get rid of self-custody?
Passkey. You don't log in with Google, with Apple, with the passkey. You don't need to worry about losing your seed phrase or your private key. That's a thing of the past.
I got to be honest. I think that's going to happen in the future. Most people that are going to have Bitcoin are not going to keep it in cold storage, if you will. They're gonna have some kind of joint custody with a third party custodian, with a bank or some kind of Google or something like that. You know what I mean? Sad Man said, "Too bad it's a taxable event." I agree, bro. I trust PayPal Mafia Marcus like I trust letting a kid take a vacation on an unnamed Caribbean island with a celebrity billionaire. I agree, Sin. I agree. Still sounds like a custodial wallet. Yeah, it does. It does. Well, welcome to another section of Democrats Can't Govern. Steve Hilton, the leader in the governor race of California, he breaks down the catastrophe of Governor Gavin Newsom in California. Take a look.
There it is, the flagship achievement of Gavin Newsom and 16 years of Democrat one-party rule. This is the high-speed train to Whisker from San Francisco to Los Angeles in 2.5 hours. It's open in 2020, didn't you know? And it was finished for $30 billion. Oh, wait, it has still not laid any tracks. Now they're saying that maybe, if we're lucky, it's going to take you from San Francisco to Merced on the regular train tracks, then from Merced to Bakersfield on high-speed rail whenever they finish it, and then Bakersfield to LA in a bus, which itself could take 2.5 hours. That's the project that they're now saying, if you're lucky, will be finished by the end of the 2030s for $231 billion. $200 billion over budget, 3 decades late. That is not a bullet train. That is a bullshit train. And I've made it very clear. When I'm governor, I am going to stop this thing in its tracks. Oh, wait, I can't because they haven't laid any tracks, but I'm going to stop it anyway.
Again, man, that's just common sense to me. Is it not? Is that not common sense? That's literally the antithesis of Bitcoin. Exactly. Only legends will self-custody their biddies. Exactly, bro. Exactly. That's the opposite of why we doing this, for sure. Mad About Chew premiering on CBS this fall. Mad About Chew premiering on CBS this fall. I think it's another show called that, sir. The Trolls in the House. Sin says bars. Exactly, bro. Again, man, like I said before, Democrats or liberals are lunatics. Conservatives are common sense. And Bitcoiners are free thinkers, freedom keepers, and truth seekers. I stand by that. All right, let's do some spins, guys. We did 0-1-0. Now we're going to do 0-1-1, 0-1-2. 013 and 014. Good luck to everybody. Makes no sense how the most powerful country in the world can't build a bullet train when Japan has had them since the 90s. Well, it makes sense because it's Democrats doing it. Sad man. They can't govern. They don't know how to spend money in the right way, in an efficient way. They can spend. As a native California, I'll never and will never use public transit in this shithole with all these illegal sleeper cells and killers. I'll ride my own whip. Thank you very much. For real, bro. For real. All right. J-Dog was the last winner. Block 091 and 010. Let's see who won 011. 1,789 sats, by the way. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Kramer again. Wow, Kramer. You got to be here, though. Sound off, Kramer, if you're here, brother. Kramer again. You have to be here to win. Again, man, these Democrats don't give a shit about nothing but Democrat power and control. They have to spend money, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? Look at these idiots. Wow, man. Kentucky mother hides a camera. Wow. I'm going through Twitter right now. Breaking President Trump just dropped absolute truth news on Hussein Obama. Don't forget. Oh, let's see this. Let's see Trump.
This should have been done by the other presidents. Should have done this. 47 years they've been toying with these stupid people. In many cases, stupid people. This should have been done by Obama. He went the other way. He was giving them cash. He sent plane loads of Boeing 757, took the seats out, and put green cash, 1.7 billion in the plane. Every bank in Virginia, D.C., and Maryland was stripped of their cash. They took out all the cash from the banks. They put it into a plane, a Boeing 757 packed with cash, and they flew it to Iran, and they let these guys just, I don't know what the hell they did with it, but they took it.
But everybody's mad about Trump bombing them. He gave them money. Nobody blinked an eye. Barack Hussein Obama did it. And then Trump blows them up, and they're angry at him. A country that wants to kill us.
And then gave them billions and billions of dollars and bribed them basically to be friends. And after giving them tens of billions of dollars, they screwed Obama. Okay? That's not the way we play. No, we do it the old-fashioned way. And they should wave. They're very proud. Maybe you won't see a white flag, but essentially that's already what they are.
Wow. He's telling the truth. I didn't hear no lies. Kramer says 5 for 5. Let's go. Congrats, man. I'm here. Michelle. Oh, wow. Michelle. Michelle, you are a it's a nice picture, Michelle. Must I say? I gotta pull this up. If you look at my map, she is doing a thing, man. This is Michelle to me right here.
Sagen Sie.
Oh, it's not in English, damn it. Oh, maybe it is. Hold on.
Versprechen.
Every time Michelle enters the chat, this is what I say.
Hey, little troublemaker.
Hey, little troublemaker. Michelle's in the house. Mimi had to step away and do some work. Back now. Got you, Mimi. I'm going to put you on the wheel, man. Michelle, my little troublemaker, is here. And Mimi is here. Mimi, our two ladies. I'm here guarding my lunch. I got you. Thank you so much. Kramer times 5. Michelle, hello. Mimi says, Jor rigged. LOL. Just kidding. Mimi's behind, I think. They bought Bitcoin with those cuck bucks, sir. Yes. Hey, Michelle. Right. It hasn't been this rigged in a while. Hola, Michelle. Sin. You know it, Michelle. You know it, Michelle. Oh yeah, that's my little troublemaker, man. I thought I was gonna say that when she came to Vegas, but she didn't come. You know what I mean? Jerry. Two ladies, what am I? No, you're here, Jenny. I got you. The two new ladies. You're already here. Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate you. 1,789 sats I'm giving out per spin. All right. Kramer was the last winner. Lauren, salute. Pause. Don't not get my sin. Lauren, salute. All right, let's see if one of our lovely ladies can win. 012. 1,789 I'm giving out today. That's my zap. Ginger again. My zap is 1789. The reason being is that's when our country really, really started. We started a whole new government, a brand new government, and we did our thing. Sin. Jerry must always be in Jerry just always in trouble. I know. I'm always in trouble. Ginger. Congrats, sir. Don't wipe your hands off, Ginger. I know you in the garage. 013. Lucky 13. Yay, thank you. Ginge. He's the real troublemaker. Lauren Stern. Finally, Lauren. Finally. Sid Diesel, exactly. Yes. Exactly. 014. Oh, everybody's off today, huh? Finally, Lauren. I know, right? Michelle, my little troublemaker.
Hey, little troublemaker.
Congratulations, Michelle. You're the winner, ma'am. Michelle, my little troublemaker. She is my troublemaker. Okay, now tell me your secret, Lauren. Lauren, congratulations. There it is. Thank you. Michelle, Oscar. Hey, yo. Oh, my goodness. It's good to have y'all, man. I don't really got nothing to talk about today, but hey, we doing our thing. We're giving out a lot of sats. Golly, am I going to regret this tonight when I'm doing this payroll? 1789 a spin, guys. And of course, I pick it on the day that a lot of blocks come out. Mimi says, congrats. She ain't no hater. Happy birthday, Michelle. I know, right? Congratulations. All right, let's see where we're at. Oh, 2 more blocks come out. Wow, these blocks are coming out pretty fast, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's do. That's a lot of spins. I know, Mimi. I know. You haven't won yet. Do I need to get Fanny again? You may. Because Jerry the accountant, I think he's peeping his ugly head back out. Let's do 015. 016. Jor for the score again. Wow, Jor. You are definitely in the black, sir. That is 6 wins for Jor. Incredible. 016. I'm dead. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Is it your birthday? It's not your birthday, is it? Trent. Wait, it's not your birthday, is it? Was it March or something? It's okay. I had stepped away early to do some work and returned just a bit ago. Okay, Mimi. No doubt. We still love you, though. You know that, Mimi. The Canadian Democrat. 6 verse 5. Go, Jor. Yes. Tracy, off script. We may not see Jerry for a while. Tell me about it. Jor. Jor is killing it, though. He is. Jor, 6 wins. Get it, money. Call Jordan. Michael Jordan with 6 wins. 6 championship. Trinsky. No hate. Congratulate. I know that's right. He's napping. I'll accept for him. Trizent. No, but you started that rumor, Jerry. It's in March. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you were the birthday girl for a while. Now you my little troublemaker. With a picture like that, Michelle, you are definitely my little troublemaker. Michelle, what is up with that picture, man? That's a nice picture. Michelle, when is your birthday? March. Give me all your loving, all your hugs and kisses too. Give me all your loving, all your hugs and kisses too. I'm going to play that. And sats. Give me all your loving, I don't want to play that now. If I play it, I'm gonna lose my 60 cents. My 60 cents. Give me your loving. ZZ Top. Let me just play that real quick. All your hugs and kisses too. I cut my hair when I finished my book. I'm grown now. Haha. Is that your book right there? Okay, you need to put that in the Signal group, Michelle. We need a closer look at that picture, please, ma'am. And thank you. Jory, you already get all my sats. Jerry, I don't think her birthday is just March. I'm sure there's a specific date that goes along with it. LOL. Hey, maybe. ZZ Top equals Texas boys. That's right. Who's the troublemaker now, Jerry, with the rumors? I know. Boy, these blocks are coming out today, boy. Okay, we're all caught up. No, we got to do 016. Let's do 016. Let's see if we can get the fix. I have nothing to talk about. On March 18th, Mimi. Her birthday's March 18th. Oh, I can't be downloading all this stuff to this raggedy phone. Cool, Kev. Kev, are you still here, bro? Used to run into Billy Gibbons at Micro City all the time. Oh, wow. Damn, son. That's what's up. It's my YouTube. It's on my YouTube page. You gotta give me a link to that. Let me see if I can find it. I used to have it up here. Michelle. Is it just like that? Michelle _ off script. Give me all your loving. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Michelle. She got her book up there. There she is. Boom. Yeah, I saw her, was it last year, Michelle, the first time? And I said, wow, look at her. And she's a Bitcoiner too. Let's see what she's talking about right here.
I'ma be taking them pics, looking all fly and shit.
This is Michelle, the troublemaker, ladies and gentlemen. And she, yeah, she's got nice hair. She's doing her thing. So make sure you guys go subscribe to Michelle. Oh, Michelle. You're going to get me in trouble, man. You're going to get me in trouble. Nice. Kev. Kev's here? Where's Kev? Did I miss Kev? Oh, cool Kev. That's right. Cool Kev. I was thinking about 21 Sat Street. Cool. Jerry, you ain't looking at her book. I know. But I left the link. You guys can check out the book. Mimi says, beautiful. Mimi, by the way, what do you look like? We haven't seen you yet, man. I picture you looking like maybe a, I don't know. Mimi, you got any pictures? I'm here. All right, cool, Kev. Cool, Kev. Kev, do I have your wallet, brother? Jerry, I'm crying. Michelle, I'm just saying, man. You always get special rights and privileges with me, man. You know that. But why did Jerry always treat Michelle different than everybody else? I said, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it's because of her. Thanks, beautiful people. No doubt. We love you, Michelle. You know that. You should. Okay, let me check it. Michelle. Why didn't you come to Vegas? Everybody would have had a good time, man. Okay, let's see. Cool Kev. See if I got you, my boy. Let's see. Cool Kev. It's been a long time, brother. Oh, I got you. Cool Kev SP. Got you, bro. Because Jerry likes trouble. Yes, I do. I do. I've been told I told a lot that I resemble Stacey Dash, but also the person I get a lot is Kerry Washington, who just showed a video clip of, who you just showed a video clip of. I did. I showed a video of Kerry Washington. I showed a video of Michelle. Michelle, do you got Kerry Washington here? No, this is Kerry. This is Michelle. Unless I didn't do it right. Yes. No, that's not Kerry Washington. That's Michelle. I think, isn't it? Let me see. I thought that was Michelle.
Oh, I said I was going to post more, so here we are with my lovely table that I got from Amazon. You can find the links in my description. The chairs.
Can't play the music. Yeah, that's Michelle, Mimi. She kind of looks like her too, a little bit. Wow, that's great. Kerry Washington is the troublemaker in Django. Oh, that's right. Duh. God, I'm so damn stupid. You're right. You're right. Oh my God. Oh, I gotta take Michelle off the screen, man. Michelle, you are. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, guys. I just had the blondest moment ever, bro. I'm like, Kerry, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh, she's talking about the Django. But yes. In that Django movie clip, yes. Jerry D. Pause, man. Oh my God. Jerry was never going to get that one. No, not with Michelle's picture on the screen, man. That just messed me up, man. A little slow today, Jerry. Yes, I am. Oh my God. Can you blame me, guys? Fellas, can you blame me? No, you can't. That's what happens, man. A beautiful woman will mess you up. You ever been out to a store or something and you were going to get something? I mean, you just knew you were going to get it, and all of a sudden, a woman is in there, fine as hell. You forget why you came in the store. You're like, damn. It just happens, man. It just happens. Tried to link the Amazon link to the book, but it was too long. Oh, okay. Well, go to her channel, man. Go click on the link below, maybe, if you haven't already. Slower than a snail crawling in a river of molasses. Yes, I was. Listen, let me tell you something about me, guys. I cannot do two things at once. Okay? I cannot do two things at once. Okay? You know, I should show you guys a video. An old video. I should show you guys an old video. Should I do it? Should I do it? Let's see if I can do this. One of my old videos. Maybe not. But yeah, guys. Yeah. A beautiful woman to mess you up, man. You hear that, ladies? Prove that Jerry will always be faithful. I am a very faithful guy, though. You know, I'm very faithful. But you know, men like we like our variety. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I think that's all I got, guys. Unless there's some other stuff going on. Been sub for a long time, but tried to help by linking her book. But link. Oh, got you. Yeah, for sure. Until Sharon comes in. Well, Sharon, I always ask Sharon if she's going to Tennessee. I asked Sharon and Michelle, are they going to Tennessee? You guys know why. All right, guys, I think that's all I got. It's 1 o'clock. We've been here 2 hours and some change. So that's it, man. That's it. I think that's all I got. But I appreciate you guys coming in. You guys know why we're here. We know the system's screwed. Okay? It's screwed up. I'm going to get out in these streets today. Jasmine will be back here soon. She just texted me and said that she's about to come back so she can walk her dogs. I told her I want her to record her walking in the door because those dogs love their mama. And I want to see that. So Sharon is the only real blonde moment Jerry wants to have. Listen, I love my blondes, man. Wait, Jenny has not won yet. I know. Thank you guys so much for the donations, Jor and Jenny. I really appreciate that. That is crazy. Jenny didn't win. I have a big payroll to do here. I appreciate it. Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate you. No doubt, bro. No doubt. If you guys want to help the channel, you can zap the link right there if you like. That's the best way you can do it. That's the paid version to do it. Or you become a member, or for the free 99 version, you can definitely share the video. That will really help. Lauren, plus I got to double that free furry freeloaders. I mean, hey, just saying. Just saying. Sin says keep spinning until Jenny gets a win. You know what, Sin? Sin, I always listen to Sin. All right, we got 2 more spins. All right, we'll do 2 more spins. 016, 017, 018. Now 3 more. 019. Okay. Boy, you trying to get me broke, huh, sir? You trying to get me broke. I heard you were doing a stream till Backpacker Star. Oh, is that what you heard? 4 more hours? Oh, my gosh. You guys don't want me to have a life? You want me to keep looking through the news? Jen, Sin, the only way I'm going to get a win is if I'm the only one on the wheel. All right, let's do a couple more spins. Fuck it. Let's do it live, guys. Let's do it live. Let's go. 017. Let me find something to talk about. My back's starting to hurt. I got to get up for a little bit. Michelle said, let's go. Lindsay Omelet. Is he the winner? Did he win? George said, child's play. You've done longer. That's what she said, George. You've done longer than 2 minutes. That's what she said. Jerry, I want to donate my winnings back to you. Thank for your service. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. Jerry co-signer has spoken. Longer, George said. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. George said he'll take care of payroll. Oh, did he? All right. Dang, almost got a win by Nico's proxy. Yes. I don't know if Rye Bread's still here, though. We lost a few viewers. They probably thought I was leaving. Then Sin and Jor bullied me to make me stay. So, Ginger, if Jen doesn't win one of these spins, give one of mine to Jen. All right. No doubt, man. Ha-ha. Sin. Oh, I won again. Yes, you did, Rye Bread. Sin is probably going to cost me an extra few thousand sats here, but it's okay. Sin. Sin said that in his Debo voice, too, by the way. Rye Bread, you're the winner of 017. Let's do 018. All right, I got to play a video and get up then. I got to move my legs a little bit. Lauren, thanks for trying to link the book. That's what's up. Sin Diesel. Sin Diesel. No, Ginger, keep your wins, man. I love giving Jerry crap. She sure does. She gives me sats too. You know what I mean? She gives me sats. Give them to Jen. Only if she'll take them, Sin. I don't think she'll take them though, bro. If she takes them, I will, but she don't really want them. Unless she wants them, then I'll get them. Woot, 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 Sin. Dang it, Sin. Okay. Jenny, got you. There, I got you off the hook, Geraldo. Thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Jenny. Legendary. Well, they're yours, Sin. LOL. There's the reason, LOL. We're back to you, Sin. Okay, we're going to give them to you, Sin. All right, we'll keep it going here. Let's keep it going. Sin 018. Nice try, Sin. Let's do 019. Nice try, Sin. You get an A for effort, sir. Lauren. Sin just said one of my favorite sayings. Damn you, woman. Damn you, woman. Yes. I got to say, man, for this Memorial Day, we're laughing, having a good time and shit. I got to be honest, man. There's not a lot of people I'd rather be with than you guys, man. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? I do, however, want to go to Las Vegas today. I just want to, you know what I like to do here in Las Vegas? Because I don't know how long I'm going to live here. I do like to just go around in the casino sometimes and just chill out. I like to people watch, Nice one, Sin. Woo, thank you. Lauren, notice you hopped over to Rumble to say that, Sin. Yes. And I like to people watch, man. You could see a lot in Vegas because Vegas has people here that are just absolutely in euphoria for being here. You know what I mean? They're just so happy to be here, and this is their big trip and all this other stuff. So I like to see people happy. I really do. I really enjoy people being happy. That's why I like giving you guys sats. We love you, Jerry, and thank you for your service. Oh, gosh, Michelle. Thank you. We love you too, Michelle, very much. You know that. You know that, Michelle. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say that. That makes me feel very good. Where are we meeting at? Where are we meeting up this summer? Oh, man. Not Vegas. Not Las Vegas, bro. No way we're meeting here. It's too hot. Jerry ruined my nap today. Thank you, Jenny, I guess. All right, we're caught up with the spins here. All right, let's see what else is in the news. Let's see what let's go over to Fox News. Let's see what Fox News is talking about here. I can't believe I missed that Kerry Washington thing. Oh my God, that was so dumb. The Iranians are testing where the limits of Trump's patience really are. Eric Volker. Let's see this one.
Former U.S. ambassador to NATO, Kurt Volker. He also served as special representative for Ukraine.
Is that Pete Volker's cousin?
Negotiation. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. I want to, before we get started, I'd like to, as we get started, put up the list of what we're looking at so far. So the reporting right now is 60-day ceasefire extension. Open the.
Oh, wow. Sin said we're not going to Texas. Hopefully someplace that isn't hot as balls. So Texas is out of the question. Yeah. Vegas is definitely out of the question, sir. Possibly Canadian Bitcoin conference in Toronto. Americans save 40%. Wow. Okay. Heard a rumor we're meeting at George's place, Lauren says. Might be doing a Maple meetup there. Oh, wow. That would be the perfect place to do it. Maple, Visionaries BFF? Question marks? Maybe, man. That'll be epic. That would be epic, sir. Volker. Wonder if he's Paul Volker's, because I just said that. Tell me more, George. That'll be dope, man.
Let's bring in former U.S. ambassador to NATO, Kurt Volker. He also served as special representative for Ukraine negotiations. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. I want to, before we get started, I'd like to, as we get started, put up the list of what we're looking at so far. So the reporting right now is 60-day ceasefire extension. Open the Strait of Hormuz with no tolls. Iran would clear the mines deployed in the Strait, and the U.S. would lift the blockade on Iranian ports. And here's the big one: Iran would be allowed to sell oil. Now, we understand the nuclear issues still need to be negotiated, but what are your thoughts right now on where things stand at?
Let's take a look at that deal, shall we? I know there's going to be more to it, but 60-day ceasefire extension. Okay, so no bombing Iran. Open the Strait of Hormuz, no tolls. I don't know about that one for Iran. Iran would clear mines and Strait. Again, I don't know about that one, because that's the only leverage they have, is the narrative leverage. Because Iran is working with the mainstream liberal media here in America to paint the narrative. U.S. would lift blockade on Iranian ports. Okay. Iranian allowed to sell oil. Okay. That's a reasonable stuff, but we're not dealing with reasonable people, though. Amen, Jen. Anywhere from Texas, Oklahoma to Nevada is off limits. Amen, Jen. Good afternoon, Freedom Family. BTC Backpacker, how are you, sir? Good to see you, man. We're giving away a lot of sats here, brother. A lot of sats. 1789 to be exact. Per spin. Good to see you, man. You got some work to do here soon, don't you, sir? We'll be seeing you soon. Pizzle! That's Pastor Pizzle, sir. Backpacker, we're going to need Fanny to get after the accountant again. Oh, man. They're draining me, man. Toronto in October 2026. Okay. Packer, hello. Packer, salute to y'all. What's up, everyone? There she is. Fanny Packer. So the whole family's here. How are you, ma'am? Put my sweetheart Hodler in here. My little sweetheart. She would not have been happy to listen to me earlier. The rookie, Anonymous, and Flipper. Good to see the Packer family in here. We're giving away 1,789 sats per spin. I don't know how long we're going to be here, though. Jerry, what's up, Vanny? Good to see you. I've been here over 2.5 hours, Vanny. Jerry's giving away all the sats to make room for Casper. It seems like it, don't it? Fanita, Backpacker, Fanny Packer, woo. Happy Memorial Day. Very happy Memorial Day. Absolutely, Fanny. Fanny and family. Absolutely. You just thought you were leaving, Jerry. I know. Jesus. My throat hurts too. Pause. Oh my goodness. All right, let's continue with the news coverage here. Oh shit, where did I put it? Where was it? Okay.
We understand the nuclear issues still need to be negotiated, but what are your thoughts right now on where things stand at literally this hour?
Right. Well, I think the most important thing to highlight is that President Trump really wants to get a deal right now. We're going into the midterm elections. We have high gasoline prices, high global oil prices, and the Iranians look at that and say, okay, so we actually still have some leverage. So
ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ladies and gentlemen. What did you just say? Well, the Iranians have leverage over us for the narrative battle for the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party is in alignment with the Iranians. Anybody that's against America, the Democrats Party is with them. Right? We have to get the gas prices down. How? By obviously doing a ceasefire, opening the Strait, and making good with Iran. But the Democrats don't want that. They want the pumps to go up. They want the prices to go up to make Trump look bad. They'll never say that, though. Go stretch your legs, Jerry. Jerry? Yes. I was trying to, and then that thing came on. He really did think he was done early, didn't he? Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. Yeah, when you're getting old, you got to stretch these legs, man. But he's right. Everything he says is absolutely right.
they are driving a very, very hard bargain. And what I think they
And the reason they're driving a hard bargain, Iran, because they know they have some leverage. They don't have more leverage or more cards than America does, but they got some, right? They do have the Strait, meaning, you know, they have a lot of drones. They have some mines that we don't know about. And a lot of these ships, these cargo ships, don't want to go through the Strait. Why? Because these ships with the cargo on it and the oil and everything else, that's a lot of money on these ships. And they don't want to risk not only the merchandise and the stuff on the ship, obviously, but they don't want to get killed. And Iran knows that. They know that. They know that. Hi, Michelle and everyone.
They are testing is where the limits of President Trump's patience really are. Can they, at this stage, defer all discussion about the nuclear issues, make some vague promises that we will get there, but not really close the deal? And can they reopen the Strait of Hormuz, but still put in place some administrative controls, like people have to coordinate the passage with the Iranian Navy, which will give Iran leverage over time. So these are the kind of things that Iran is still trying to get because they feel that we need this deal more than they do at this time.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need the deal more than they do, obviously, but we do need the deal because of the timing. If this was 2025, May 2025, we could go longer. Okay, even though we don't want high gas prices and stuff like that, but it's May 2026. Okay, it's about to be June. We cannot go into the summer and going into the fall still in this fucking war because we're going to lose the midterms because the Democrat Party is going to use it against us. That's just what it is. A lot of ships, yes. Hit that like button. Thank you, brother.
And they've definitely been expressing that. And we've heard the president say that we are 95% there. And when I see that 5%, I feel like that might be the longest 5% in history.
Exactly. Yeah, it's always the last bit that's the tough part. So all of the things on that list that you read out, none of them are that difficult for Iran to agree to, with the exception of fully and freely opening the Strait of Hormuz. This is one thing they have gained in the course of this conflict, and they are determined to try to keep that now. And they are basically daring President Trump to prolong this war for a very long time, something that they think he does not want to do.
And he's getting pushback, not just from
Again, hold on.
Democrats. I'm going to put something up from the Wall Street.
Yeah, he's getting pushback for obviously the whole Democrat Party. No matter what he does, he's going to get pushback. But he's getting a lot of pushback from the Republicans, the warmongers in the Republican Party. Holy shit! What the hell? Somebody just sent me a lot of sats. Who in the heck did that? Hold on. Somebody just sent me 10,000 sats. And I have no idea who did that. By the way, Letha sent me 10,000 earlier. She sent me 5,000 and 5,000. So I already thanked her for that. But if she's listening in the background, Letha, we love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Think about this. How much Bitcoin per ship to pass? Exactly. Iran is definitely taking Bitcoin for sure. 5K and 5 1K spins. Holy shit. Thank you, Fanny. 5K and 5 1K spins. So we got 6 spins from the Fanny Packer family. We have 5 1K spins and 1 big 5K spin. Wow. Damn. Thank you, Fanny. I appreciate that. We'll do that at the end, which will be pretty soon. Thank you, Fanny. I appreciate that. Damn, that's very kind. Didn't see that coming.
Trump to prolong this war for a very long time, something that they think he does not want to do.
And he's getting pushback, not just from Democrats. I'm going to put something up from the Wall Street Journal here, call for number 2. The Wall Street Journal wrote in an opinion piece, will Trump bail out Iran's regime? The editorial board writing, the basic problem lies with ending U.S. pressure before dismantling the nuclear program. If the blockade ends and Iran can sell its oil, all that's left to coerce it into nuclear concessions is the threat of renewed war. We have also seen some hawks. Senators Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham, they are really concerned here.
Yeah, and frankly, I would have to agree with that because I don't think this regime will ever be a fair regime, not only to its own people, but to shipping in the Persian Gulf.
See, this is what I'm talking about with this Republican Party, right? I'm not talking about MAGA. I'm talking about the warmonger / swamp of the Republican Party. I don't trust Ted Cruz. I don't dislike Ted Cruz. I like the majority of what he says, like 60% of what he says. But Ted Cruz is somebody he's not America first, okay? I do like some of the things he says. I definitely don't trust Lindsey Graham as far as I can throw him. I don't what's the other guy's name? Mark Levin, I don't trust him. These guys always want forever wars, man. And we don't want that. And they always use the excuse of, oh, they're our enemies, they're going to do this and they're going to do that. I'm like, man, I'm not for that. End the war. Get what we need to get done and end it. You know, do I think Lindsey Graham maybe a little bit, Lindsey Graham and the like, coerced or pushed Trump a little bit to do this war? I think so, a little bit. But I think he had an agenda to do. Trump did. He's not doing it for what everybody else is saying, the black pill right. I think he's doing it for the reasons he's saying. So if that's the case, we need to end this thing. You know, the only people you can make peace with is your enemies. You have to take a common sense, nuance, step-by-step process to get this done, to get the projections done. Again, he wiped out a lot of stuff. Again, is all the uranium gone? Probably not, but I think he knocked a lot of it out. But he also, Trump in America and the military, what they did was it showed that we're a force to deal with. Now, again, the Strait of Hormuz is kind of like our Achilles heel right now because we can't stop all the mines. We don't know where they're at, and we can't stop all the drones, right? So we need help. I'll be there. Ted Cruz is Israel first. He sure is, brother. He sure is.
United States, to Israel, to Gulf allies, they are going to do whatever they can to wriggle out of the pressure that they're under now and put themselves in a stronger position. And I do think that will be the case as long as this regime remains in power. So having started this, I would be advocating, along with some of the senators that you mentioned, we really have to go all the way. We can't ease up on the pressure at all.
When you hear Republicans say we have to go all the way, first of all, he's not talking about a girl. He's talking about all the way a forever war. He wants to do a 20-year war like I talked about earlier. Right? When I first talked about the wars here in America, all the wars, the war in Afghanistan was a 20-year war. That's what they want. That's what these Republicans want. And usually the Democrats don't want war. But now that Trump's in office, they want war because they want to make them look bad. Hi, Packers. Thanks for the donate, Fanny. Thank you, Fanny. We appreciate that. All right, let's do one more spin here for 020, and then we'll give the big spins away that Fanny just gave. Thank you, Fanny. We appreciate and love you so much. Thank you, Fanny and Backpacker. 020. You got to be here to win. October gives some time to plan. It sure does, brother. Trent. Trent's the winner. Trent is the winner. All right. Let's do 5K spins. 5 1K spins, excuse me. 5 1K spins. Boy, payroll is going to be a motherfucker tonight, boy. Can you send Trent and Casper, please? Sure. Is Trent still here, by the way? If not, I'm going to take them off the wheel because I got to give away 5,000 sats and 5 1K sats. So if you're not here, let me know. Leave some fires in the chat if you're here. Gang, gang, Trent. All right, we'll give it to Trent. All right, five 1K spins time. Let's shuffle the wheel. Let me take Fanny and them off the wheel because they gave it away, so they don't. I know they don't want to win. Anonymous, Flipper, my sweetheart holler. All right. Let's shuffle them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21, 21, 21. I prefer stink. STNK. Stonk. Fires. Everything is cheap in Canada for Americans. Fires. That's right, brother. That's right. Good luck, everyone. All right. First 1K spin. Let's do it. Jenny Legendary. Jenny, you win the first one. Congratulations. Thank you again, Fanny and Backpacker. Number 2. Rye bread. Rye bread. Number 3. Finally, Jen. Congratulations, Jenny. Jen, do you randomly just send Trent 40 cents worth of cash at 2 a.m. just to mess with him? Let's go, Jen. Michelle said, Lauren. Whoa, congrats, Jen. Yes. Rye bread. Hey, Mimi said fires. Ray, congratulations. Ray Brizzle, my nizzle. I don't even know where to buy Casper. Lauren, congratulations. Lauren. Why do I make all this work for myself? This freaking payroll is going to be crazy. Thank you. Hello, folks. I feel like I'm super late. Yeah, we're about to leave here, Spaceman. Good to see you, Spaceman. Yay, Lauren. Spaceman. I'm going to put Spaceman on the wheel. Spaceman's a big donator, and he's a legend. So he gets to get on the wheel, guys. Sorry. Spaceman. All right. Sorry, not sorry. Number 4. Atta Bellinti. Space Mizzle. Sin Diesel. See? Get him. See? Get him. That's number 4. Here goes number 5 for Fanny and Backpackers 10K. Nice. Sin. Rye bread again. Jerry's accountant is coming out of the closet to do payroll, for real. Attaboy, Linty. Attaboy. Okay, that's what it is. Attaboy, Lenny. Yes. Linty. Ride to the bristle. Attaboy, Lauren. Oh, look at me go. Yes. All right, now we're doing 5K spin. Oh, Jasmine just sent me the video. Her walking in the house. Jasmine sending me the video. Her walking her in the house. Okay, I got to see that in a second. Saying something for the rest of us, right, Brad? Just in time for June 2. Coming out of what? He's gay. Oh, man, you guys are funny. Accountant gay. I guess out of the rear naked chokehold. Yeah, I always wanted a Sin Diesel nickname. Yes. All right, here goes the 5K spin. All right, let me shuffle them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21, 21, 21. All right, guys. George, say something for who? LOL. All right, this is the 5K one. Are you ready? Spaceman is loyal dog. Let's go, 5K. Thank you again, Fanny and Backpacker. Sin Diesel. Of course it's Sin Diesel. Sin Dees. Congrats, brother. Much deserved, my friend. He's the reason why we're here. The reason why he won that, bruh. I know. He had to get it. He's the reason why we're still here. He bullied me to stay here with his Debo voice. Yay, Sin. No doubt. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it, man. I love you guys. You know that. We got a major problem, ladies and gentlemen. My neighbor, the accountant, galls. Huge ass. Wow. Okay. Gang, Sin Master. Yes. We got a spending problem in this country, ladies and gentlemen. Congrats, Sin. You never hear these Democrats or Republicans talk about spending less. It's always tax more, this, that, and third. They're not ever. Wow, thank you, fan Packers. Love y'all. Bully away, Sin. Nice, Sin. You never hear them talking about being fiscally conservative. Never. They're always talking about spending more and pointing the fingers up at each other in Washington, D.C. The system is broken, ladies and gentlemen. We have to fix this from the inside out, right? We can't cure the problem with the surface level stuff. We have to get down deep, get down dirty, like Django said. Let's get dirty. And there's only one way to do it, ladies and gentlemen. LMFL, happy rules, yes. Of course, gang, Sin, no doubt. There's only one way to break this system, pay off the national debt, stop inflation, and bring these suckers to their knees. We got to do it by fixing the money. We'll fix the world. And if I had to take a guess, I'm pretty sure you guys already know what that is. It's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you tune in to Backpacker and Fanny Packer show here in 3.5 hours. I'm going to go chill and do this payroll and give y'all all my sats. Thank you guys for the love and the support. Seriously, I really appreciate it. I know my time here, this time that I'm here is not the best time. I know you guys are working and stuff like that, but we got to keep doing what we're doing. If I saw myself in clothes like that, I'd have to kick my own ass. Kramer, LOL. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. Make sure you guys tune in, all right? Make sure you guys, contribute to the echo chamber or the situation with Bitcoin, right? Our base layer of money by passing it back and forth and learning about it, putting it away in cold storage, and telling as many people as you can while you still can. Sending love to all. We love you, Michelle. Love you guys. We love you too, Jenny. Thank you so much for the big donation. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the next one. And until then, and as you guys know, I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Happy Memorial Day. Peace and love, guys.